Guess you don't have a toolbox anymore. Fine. All right, all you guys out there that are watching and chatting in the chat box but not joining in, you can go ahead and join in now.
Don't tell me when to join.
Hey, I'll tell you when to join, and you'll like it because
I will
I
I
like
will
that.
jump out of this motherfucker right now.
Hey, you know what? How about you and your defective M14 come over here and try and tell me something?
My oh yeah, how'd you like that?
Dude, that's crazy. That makes so much sense, though.
And before I had read that article, I didn't I mean I had heard sometimes that there was a little bit of accuracy problems, right? But I didn't hear any of the other stuff about the maintenance and how many years the military tried to
Dude,
make it
I didn't know
better and
anything
all that.
about that. I didn't know anything about accuracy problems. I just thought, oh, it's a 30 cal, it's 308, it's like the M1 Garand, so it's the best thing fucking ever. Except that we now have a new caliber, and this caliber is just inherently better. Like I didn't realize there was any problems with the guns. I thought the guns were like totally fine. It's just that they realized how much better the AR-15 or the M16 was even then. But I didn't. I thought they were comparing like functional weapon to functional weapon, not functional weapon with better caliber to piece of shit with heavy caliber. That's what I didn't realize.
Right. And that was kind of the same thing for me. Between that and what VFR was talking about the other night, it's like maybe I just really need to enjoy my AR-15 a little bit more and just maybe use a little heavier caliber bullet on that or something.
Dude, seriously though, it's like I seriously want to get my hands on some like 77 or 80 grain uh, 5.56 or 223 rounds just to see what my AR can handle. Like, just see what kind of groups I can get, you know?
I think I got some Hornady 75 grain and only got the carbine length or whatever, but uh, it likes it, and we got wind on the regular out here for the most part.
Oh, dude, here where I live, mid-continent, it's always windy. If it's not windy, then it's either like 6 a.m. or it's like a 1 in a million day.
Yeah, right. I definitely hear you there. So now I'm not sure. I had wanted to. I still want to get what I wanted to get, but now I'm. It just feels like I need to put more money into purchasing ammo and whatnot, as opposed to maybe getting another new firearm right away this year.
Dude, my problem is I want to buy like a half case of 9 mil and a half case of 223, but I also want to buy a shotgun. But then I wouldn't have any ammo for all three of those guns instead of just some like a decent amount of ammo for two of my guns.
Well, see, that's kind of what I was looking at. As I was seeing some of that, some 223, 5.56, and some 45 that like basically I could get 1,000 rounds of each, but that is gonna waylay any possible new firearm purchase for months if I do that.
What's the shipping time to get out to your little island place that you survive on?
Well, sometimes, if it comes by boat, it's over 2 weeks, but if it comes by air, it's not so bad. But I don't know that they can ship ammo by air, to be honest with you. I don't know if it has to, I should look that up. I'm gonna Google that right now.
I was actually gonna wonder, like, what in the hell do you have to pay to have a case of ammo like flown to you all the way the hell out there? That's got to be stupid expensive.
It is a little more, but like I saw something from one of them today. It was basically saying, "Oh, if you buy in bulk or whatever, it's free shipping." I'm like, well, you it says that on your website, but I know
Some
that in the
free.
small print in there is it's free if it's in the lower 48. Basically, is what I'm thinking.
I was gonna say some free is freer than others.
Yes. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. I got one. And it's from our 2A Hawaii, which is it's a decent little forum.
No, I'm sorry. I
Let's
was
see.
I'm on the reading the chat. They're talking about like team speak, and then Robbie's talking about team speak.
Like it
Start
looks like
start
sometimes they
doing.
order in big groups. Like one of the guys says, I've been a part of a group of people who ordered ammo or reloading supplies in bulk on a couple of occasions. However, my direct involvement was limited into saying, 10 cases, please, and handing over money. Apparently, though, with a large enough order, you can have a container shipped or one of the local nautical ship uh, on one of the local nautical shipping companies, which is crazy.
So you just like buy enough, and they're like, oh hey, since you're spending a shit ton of money, we'll just give you this box to use
No,
until it gets upgraded for free.
and the thing is, though, I think that is one way to do it, but I know that there's a couple of companies that ship directly to your house,
Okay, what you need
and
to
they
do
just
is
charge you more for that. Well, I'm up that, and so that's where I'm at. Is like, do I order some ammo? In which case I was gonna get like 1,000 rounds of each or whatever, but that's gonna eat up all my money that I had saved up for that 357 I wanted.
oh no, get a 357. Well, okay, two things. Number one, get a 357 because you can take like a box of that out to the range every now and then and like just shoot that and you'll feel like satisfied because you'll be a real man again for a little while at least. But more importantly, what you need to do is you need to get like one of those pods containers and like
Uh,
fly out to Arizona, and like rent one of those and like fill it full of like guns and ammo and shit, and then just box it up and say, "Hey, I'm moving. Here is my pods container. I'm moving out to Hawaii,"
I
and then you
think
just
I
like
would just
fly
have
back
to
to
pay
Hawaii.
the I would just have to pay the extra for the what do you call it? The dangerous materials or whatever. But I did find a
No,
post that
man,
said,
it's not dangerous materials. It's just like lamps and bookcases and dumb shit
yeah,
like
I
that
know
because they
I
don't
know
know
what
what's in
you're
it.
saying, but I see a post and it says I bought some 5.56 ammo from outdoormarksman.com recently, and they shipped via UPS ground directly to Hawaii without the use of a freight forwarder. And then says they have a special going on in whatever an AE black box. Oh, American Eagle black box and Federal brown box. So let's see, how long ago was this? Oh, this is a few years ago. But um, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign that there are still some places out there that will ship directly to me, which is awesome. As a matter of fact, I feel like going. That's not the place that I was looking up, but I definitely am going to check that one out right now. Doody
Yeah,
doody
I mean,
do.
I hope it works out for you.
Well, and that's the thing, man.
What kind of a 387 you looking at getting?
Oh, I want that. I do want that. I want that TRR8. So that's why it's kind of taken a while to save
Oh,
up the money for it because it's
I remember
expensive.
me and you talking about that. Yeah, save up for the TRA, definitely. They
And I
will
haven't been able to go to
always
the
make
range
more
for a little
profit.
bit. Well,
What
and
was
that's the
that?
thing, I haven't been able to go to the range lately anyway.
Right.
So, I have some 45 and I have, you know, probably 500 or 600 rounds of 223 5.56. So right now it doesn't matter, but it will. It will become very important.
I'm just gonna say, go ahead and get you that TRA because I mean, look at the Colt Python. There was a bunch of people who were like, "Oh, I'll get a Colt Python here in a couple of years when I have a little more money," or "Nah, I think I'll sell my Python. I'll get it here in a couple of years, like when I'm not in such financial straits." And then they just stop making it, and now you can't get it, and they'll never make another one. Whereas 5.56, they'll always make 5.56. Hell, you can go to Walmart and still buy like 30-06 ammo, but
Right?
you can't buy a
Well,
Colt Python.
not at ours. Our Walmart does not sell ammo or firearms. But
Well,
no, you
okay,
make a
maybe
valid
not
point.
door Walmart.
You do make a valid point.
And besides, it's not like you're like me where I have like 40 rounds of 223 left and I need to get some more. I just don't have the money. It's like you have a couple hundred. How much do you say you had?
I probably got about 600, maybe a little
Oh,
bit more.
yeah. You have more 223 right now than I would have if I bought what I'm thinking about getting, which I'm probably not going
Um,
to do.
and most of it's 5.56 white box or whatever, with a few
So,
some 223, and then it varies from 45 grain hollow points to that 75 grain stuff. I got everything in
as
between,
far as
but I
I'm concerned,
swear that it likes the 62 grain the most.
as far as I'm concerned, 223 and 556. Sorry, that's my phone going crazy. There's more difference between different loadings and different bullet weights than there are between 223 and 556 in the same bullet weight.
I can believe that.
So I use the two interchangeably pretty often. And if somebody doesn't like that, then they can go pound sand for all I care.
I hear you.
Don't you guys
I
have
hear you.
like black sand out there anyway?
We have red sand, black sand, white sand, and regular sand.
Well,
So we
where
got a
I'm
little.
from, we don't have sand. We all have clay.
Oh, we have that too.
How do you have clay? Your island sprung up out of the middle of the ocean via volcanic activity. It's too far for winds to carry dust that far. How do you have clay?
That's part of how our red dirt, like you see red dirt shirts and things like that. That's mostly from
Hey,
the
I live
iron
where
in the ground.
red dirt shirts were invented. That's where I'm from.
Well, we have them out here as well. So
Really,
as to how it got here, I have no clue. I wasn't here then.
dude. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I am
That's
old, but I am not that old.
you're not quite Hickok 45 old.
No, I was talking like, two, three, 10,000 years ago, or however long ago it was.
Well, I mean Hickok 45 acts like he's pretty old sometimes. I think sometimes he'll say something like, back when they first invented firearms, they'll have flintlocks. He's like, yeah, I remember those. I was in high school at that time.
Yeah, he's
He'll
no
say
spring
something stupid like
chicken.
that. Yeah, that's a fucking understatement. I'm really kind of pissed that One Bad Marine is out there in the chat, just creeping around, never gonna join in here.
Oh,
He's
he said
been
he
on
was
for like.
gonna. I think he's
Go
gonna
ahead,
join Stone Guys. I think is what he's gonna do. You need to
dude.
post
I
it.
hope he
You need
does.
to post it in that chat room one more time. See if we can't get anybody in here. See if Moon will jump in or something.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in one more time. This is like the fourth or fifth time putting it in.
I mean, sometimes I say spam that motherfucker.
Well, like I hate when I come across a chat and it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. Maybe not even that. It's like after midnight, but like before 1 or something like that. And half of the comments that I can see are the link to the chat. Oh, see, now Marine's laughing at us. Great, thanks.
Well, we better give him some good material then. Quality
Okay, here's
material.
some good material. If you don't join, even though you know that you should be in here since you were gone for so damn long, if you don't join, you're a coward. You come in. Okay, he
Whoa,
just
whoa,
delivered
whoa,
it
whoa,
now.
whoa, 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 whoa. We're not
Okay,
gonna
not a
do.
coward.
We're not gonna
Not
do
a
that.
coward. I'm just trying to goad him into joining.
Well, that might goad him into like throat punching fools or something like that. You know, he is a
Hey,
Marine.
if he actually comes in here, I'll take back every word I said about him being a coward, even though I kind of already have.
Just remember, Marine, he said it, not me. That's all I gotta say about that. Oh, definitely. G Webs was saying something about seems like less lag in the lower bar chat. I'm gonna agree with you on that. It seems like it's scrolling just fine.
The sidebar chat, like the
Yeah,
down low, kind of pop up from the
yeah,
bottom. Oh,
yeah. It
dude,
comes off the bottom bar.
I have the full on like popped out chat. That's crazy good. Yes, he's in. Yes.
Uh oh.
All right, got trouble now.
How you doing
I
today?
I have I officially retract all my statements about Marine being any kind of coward.
I was sort of
Right.
having fun being the lurker.
Did you see my comment? Lurk less, join more.
I didn't catch that right before I moved in. Once it popped up this tab, I lost the chat window for a minute.
What are you paying for 45 ACP these days, Marine? I know that you definitely use that round from time to time.
I don't know for ball or for defense.
Either, you know, if you're going to the range or if you're carrying, either way.
My my shoot 'em up ammo seems to be running about 40 cents a round, or
Okay.
so what, $20 a box. All right.
Something like that, because that's still way cheaper than what I'm paying.
Yeah, I just can't get 22. I was at a shop today. They had Winchester 555 white box pack, and they wanted $39.95. I thought that was still a little steep, all things considered.
Like when I can find it, the best deal I can find on is 230 ball,
Mm-hmm.
but it is, let's say it's when I can find the white box, Winchester white box, which is the cheapest I can find, it's about 52, 53 bucks for 100. When I go to the
You,
local
you,
gun shops
you
and
missed
stuff like
you
that,
missed
dude,
the little diversion I took there. So that was 22 long rifle, 555 round pack white box.
oh no,
But
I
anyhow,
definitely heard you on that.
yeah, I'm starting to see the 223 getting down into that 20 some odd cents a round range locally.
That would be
223,
sweet too.
556.
Is that a steel case 223 or brass?
I've seen brass. It's first time reloads out of some place around here that's been pumping out all that ammo. And I think the best price I've seen per thousand was right around 320 a thousand. So it's at, I guess that's 32 cents. But I saw somebody else that was offering it for a little bit less, but it wasn't by the 500 or by the thousand.
Pretty good deal though.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 1,000 round box I bought was I paid 400, but that was a while back. It hadn't. I mean, it was still better than when it was at $1 a round. But I didn't buy hardly anything when it was $1 a round.
Yeah, it was hard to do any
I
shooting.
wasn't even really a buyer at 50 cents a round. That's why I waited till it was down to 40 cents a round, and then that's when I bought the 1,000 rounds. That was the 1,000 rounds was Lake City brass for the 40 or 400.
I think I saw something where it was like 150 or 160 bucks for a 500 round pack
Yeah,
of
160 for
223.
yeah 160 for 5 is still 320 for 1,000. What part of the globe are you on? I just don't have you mentally pegged anywhere.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Oklahoma.
All right, so you're a ways away. You guys
Yeah,
plugged into
kind
any
of.
of your local Facebook gun stuff?
Dude, I try and avoid Facebook whenever possible.
I'm not a
Yeah,
big Facebook person, but I've got like 9 different Facebook things that are feeding me a steady supply of guns for sale and ammo for sale, and so I'm sort of digging that.
Do you follow Mr. Guns and Gear on Facebook?
Yeah,
uh,
or
I
not
do.
on Facebook. I got him on YouTube. But
I got him on both. Every once in a while, he throws some decent stuff to check out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say he throws some incredible deals on his Facebook every now and then.
I'm trying to remember the name of that local ammo company that's putting out the cheap ammo, because I know that there's BVAC is in Montana, I think it is. Bitterroot Valley Ammo Company. They were pumping out a lot, but there's another outfit that I'm seeing popping up all over my local area, because it's not just the 223 5.56. I'm seeing 9mm and other calibers. Somebody was even selling some pretty decently priced 380, even though I don't own any 380 guns. I was surprised at the price for the 380, because it's usually more expensive than the 9.
Lately, I've been checking, like, I don't know if anybody noticed, but Slick Guns kind of has its own ammo bot now. Um, you just go pick
You
the
know,
caliber or whatever, and it'll list, starting at the lowest and go up a little bit from there. So, like, if I typed in 223 right now, let's see, what do we got? The cheapest deal that I see is about 23 cents a round. It's Wolf or Silver Bear, and it's either from Widener's or J&G. If you want to go up to some,
oh,
let's see
quick
if I can
side note,
find it. What's that?
that Silver Bear reminded me. I bought half a case of Brown Bear 9mm one time. It's like steel case. It had something on the outside made it kind of slick. But I mean, that was some. Oh, sorry. That was some solid stuff. I mean, if anybody ever tells you that Brown Bear ammo isn't any good, just hit them right in the face. Cause,
Well, I don't think because I've shot a bunch of it too. I didn't think that it wasn't any good. It was just it shot a little dirty. And that Silver Bear is a little bit cleaner, but I'm definitely with you on that. Like I'm not saying it's match grade ammo or anything like that, but it's not
I've also
terrible.
shot like 1,200 rounds of what is it? Maybe not 1,200, like probably 11 or 1150 of Tula steel case through my pistol that I have now, and that stuff is working fine.
That's
So,
one of the things.
anyways, the point is, 90% of all the rounds I've shot through any gun that I've ever owned is steel cased, and I don't have any problems with it. Like when I ride the bolt or the slide home, like real slow, it'll kind of hang up a little bit. But I mean, I'm also riding it home instead of just letting it go forward under its own pressure. So I mean, really, steel cased is an economical alternative, and I've really never experienced any what do you call them, like problems with it. That was just kind of my little tangent I wanted to go off on real fast.
So I muted for the elevators, but you might lose me for a second if it changes servers with the hotel.
No worries.
And finding when I go out for a smoke that it doesn't like the transition so much. Need to quit.
Are
Trying
you
to switch
carrying your
over to the
laptop with you?
cigarette.
I'm just wondering if he's like walking through the elevator, like walking through, like getting on the elevator and stuff, going after smoke, carrying his laptop in one hand and like his
I'm,
cigarettes in the other.
I'm sure it's quite the sight.
Sort of.
I remember when, like back in the day, when old One Bad Marine would be out there, like outside of some building, some house he was in, and he'd be on his little laptop outside. He'd be smoking, and he'd look like he's freezing his ass off out there, but he'd have his little camera on, and he'd be chatting away. Now he's got his camera off, and we don't know where he's at.
He might be at an
I'm not in the
undisclosed
parking lot.
location.
Here, I guess I could turn it on.
Are you on your
You
laptop?
guys can see I've got the Grizzly Adams beard going on.
Well, it's cold. It's winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And most of the time I've been muting, or not muting, but blocking my camera lately is I'm at the hotel, and people get weirded out if I'm sitting there laying in bed with the camera on. So I just throw up the little icon.
I definitely remember that being requested. Uh,
It was one of the first chats I was in. I was on the bed, and I think it was Yankee Marshall that gave me shit about it or whatever. But
Well, I decided to turn my camera on since you had yours on.
mm-hmm.
I
You
don't
see
have a
my
camera,
B-
otherwise I would turn
see my
mine on.
see my BCM hat I got with my AR upper.
Oh, dude, I got a cool hat the other day. You guys gotta check this out.
I hope he realizes that when Stone Guy fires up that I'm just gonna move.
Oh, it's all good.
Smith and Western
Nice.
MMP, that's cool.
It's
With the
really cool.
camo
It's
MMP.
yeah, it's like a dark gray digi camo. I think it's fucking
Uh-huh.
cool as shit.
Like an urban camo
I
almost.
like the hat. I'm not a big M&P fan. But
Oh, I'm like wearing my M&P hat and I'm carrying my M&P. And I saw a guy wearing a Glock jacket the other day, and he was already walked past me before I thought, oh, hey, that's a Glock jacket. I ought to say hi or something like that.
I actually ran into a guy at the I ran into a guy at the local restaurant, and he recognized my BCM hat. He had one that was older and more worn, and I had just finished eating my dinner and headed to the restroom, and he wanted to talk airs with me, and I just sort of shined him on. It was like, dude, I got other business to take care of. But normally I would have chatted him up, but
Hey, man, when nature calls, you got to answer.
yep.
Right. That, or I mean, you just basically piss yourself, and that's not exactly good for social behavior.
Not so much.
I think I'd rather get blown off than just be standing there with some guy talking guns who just pissed himself.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't that what they suggested for self-defense? Maybe he.
That's what I mean. It's like at that point, I would just leave him alone. I'd be like, okay, I have to leave now.
Mm. Well, somebody doing some armory work in the background.
Somebody's working on something outside the house. Yes.
Not much work going on outside here. It's dark.
It's only about 5 o'clock here.
All right. Yeah, the
Luke,
Hawaii
how cold
time.
is it out there?
What's that?
How cold is
It's
it out there?
probably about 48, 52, somewhere right in there. It's been colder for a while.
Dude, that's not even fair. It was cold as shit here. It was even colder yesterday. Like yesterday, I think it got to like 25 or something.
We spent we spent we spent 3 weeks at like
Apparently, his Wi-Fi doesn't reach out into the parking lot.
and somebody's lagging. back inside now. Maybe it's a little bit better.
I was just gonna say, yesterday it was like 25 or something. Today it hung around in the 30s, and then tomorrow it's gonna be 68. So it does get colder in a lot of places. It's just that we never get used to the cold, so it always seems colder than it actually is.
Our low tonight should get down to about 63.
You know what? You and your temperate climates can just go ahead and piss off.
Well, you know what? You get free shipped ammo to you, so I don't think you should cry too many tears.
Hey, I don't get free shipped ammo. I have to pay like $1 or $2. It sucks.
Well, you just got to buy in bulk, brother. Man, I will find. You know
And
what?
I
I'm gonna
pay
find that web.
$5.
I'm gonna find that website, man. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find you some free shipping.
I mean, I'm sure if I bought 500 or 600 rounds or more, I'd be able to get free shipping.
Oh yeah, that was one of the. That was definitely one of the stipulations.
But I do generally get things shipped to my house within like 4 or 5 days. If it's more than a week, I start to get suspicious.
Well, you just start wondering where the hell is it.
I'm like, okay, everything else has been here by now. Did it get lost somewhere? Like, did it fall off the back of a truck?
Let's see.
You ever watch a UPS man handle like your packages and shit?
Well, I mean, I've watched them in front of my house, but like,
Well, I used to work in a mall, and sometimes if I didn't have my shit, already ready for him to pick up, I'd have to go down to the dock, in the mall dock, downtown, and go and meet him at the dock to drop it off, and kind of wait for him. And I'd see him like shit falling off the dolly, him like butt kicking it, but God, yeah, like and we were shipping like $2,000 stereos that were like with glass components, banging open stereos and shit through there, and we're like, what the fuck you go? Oh, you didn't see that? And I'm like, damn right I did. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was there. I'm there telling people, yeah, we guarantee your shipment. Expensive fucking insurance we had to put on that shit. So what's going on in YouTube land?
Stone Guy Chat that is apparently too good for us nowadays.
Yankee's going on a freaking gun rampage. He's like 5 guns he's probably put together about in less than a month and a half.
Well, he sold. How many do you think he sold to get those 3 or 4 guns?
I think he sold probably 3 or 4, and I think he had a little extra left over he didn't realize he would have, and so then he went on a spree and spent twice as much buying that Eagle.
See, and I think he's probably sold more than 5 or 6 since. Whether you want to start with the AKs or the M1A or whatnot, I think
He
he's
might
probably.
have sold both of those Vepers. He might have sold one and said, man, I got a lot of fucking money for that, and then sold the other one too.
Well, everybody I've known that's owned a Desert Eagle and Yankee, goes swaps guns quite a bit sometimes. People that you would think that I would think they would hold on to it after dropping 1,200, 1,400 if you get a good deal, and they've all ended up getting out of them because they just don't shoot them. They just sit there. It's just like I got a Desert Eagle.
Yeah, but this is Yankee. He'll
Yeah.
keep a gun because he likes the way it looks, and he'll sell a gun because he doesn't quite like the way it feels. It's like there's no telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't he have a Smith and Wesson revolver that he said there's a guy who contacted him locally or something like that who hold on, got some damn link. Who like is a Smith and Wesson collector, and Yankee happens to have a revolver that this guy doesn't have, and he said he'd pay Yankee like $5,000 today to buy it. He's like, that's a standing offer, and Yankee said, no, I'm going to hold on to it because I don't want him to have it. Not that he doesn't like the guy, it's just he has a gun this other guy doesn't have, and he wants to keep it that way. So even though he can make bank on this revolver, come out way ahead, he's still not going to sell it because he wants to have a gun that that guy doesn't have.
When he decides that he wants a $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 firearm, he might make that decision then.
True. Or he might sell some other stuff like a couple of efforts in the box.
Right?
I'm doing some man knitting.
I should have asked Jacob, what caliber were you looking for the most part? For the free shipping.
Oh, no, I can't afford enough ammo to get free shipping.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
starving college student.
Ah.
So I'll just go on Gunbot and I'll find the best price that they like that's currently in stock somewhere, and then I'll just probably get that if I don't end up buying it piecemeal, box by box in person.
Don't you listen to the Rush Limbaugh?
Every once in a while, I see ammo that's free shipping. You just gotta be on the hunt.
Don't you listen to the Rush Limbaugh? College is just gonna rot your brain. You don't need to go to college.
Dude, I kind of like half the shit that Rush Limbaugh says, but the other half is just personal attacks and demeaning other people, and I'm like, how are you proving that you're better than the other side by calling people by like just calling people names?
Oh, it's the oxy
Like,
that he's taking. That's how he can do that.
Well, I think his point with the college thing isn't people that are getting college degrees that are actually going into field where they get to use it. It's the other 85% that are getting, pottery degrees or whatever and never going to use their schooling.
it's like, my opinion is, I mean, I've been in college for a while, so I've seen a lot of college students. And like the people that show up and they leave like with more liberal ideas than they had before, that's just because they were like predisposed to these super protectionist liberal ideas to begin with, and they were just never exposed to them because they like grew up in a small town or something. And then when they're actually exposed to the idea, they're like, oh yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Like guns are bad, or healthcare should be free, or like some other liberal like idea. It's like these are people that already agreed with this stuff. They just didn't realize it existed out there.
The core
It's like college.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say college doesn't rot your brain. It just exposes you to more ideas, and you pick up on what you're already predisposed to.
Yeah, I was poking fun. No, Rush Limbaugh, where he's coming from is that all those professors that were saying, the United States kind of asked for this and asked for that, and 9/11, blah, blah, blah. When you had this professor from Columbia and all these other ideologues or theodes, coming out like that, and that's where he was kind of saying, that shit started, and why waste your money, send your kids to be taught that crap and that doctrine. I don't listen to Rush Limbaugh. I do if I'm stuck in a town where all they got is conservative radio, and I like hearing both sides, unfortunately, and that's around that time. I got to listen to him or Dennis Prager.
Somebody you ought to listen to if you want to listen to a
Better not say Mark.
liberal. Like, I was going to say, if you want to listen to a liberal that doesn't quite toe the party line like the rest of them, listen to some of the stuff that Bill Maher says.
I like Bill Maher because I like his comedic value to stuff where he makes stuff funny, but there's some stuff I don't agree with, and there's some stuff that's kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't say a lot of stuff that I agree with, but some of the things that he says that are like don't quite toe the party line of being liberal are really, really intelligent. Like for instance,
I'm gonna stick with my Patriot Radio.
Well, yeah, no, I don't watch Bill Maher. It's just every now and then I'll hear somebody saying something about Bill Maher that like really kind of makes sense.
I used to listen to Stephanie Miller a long time ago for a couple of years, and then I got sick of it, and I got out of the whole political scene. I was like, I'm not going to listen to any of this shit altogether. And now when I even do listen to it, I'm like, yeah, way off, because, they're anti-gun and, pro a bunch of shit I don't really care for.
Yeah, I listened to WTMJ out of Milwaukee, which is a semi-conservative radio show. They're not completely out there.
Savage was going off for a while, but a lot of it is shock value, sensationalism. Because Realistically, who are you gonna listen to? Some boring guy who makes sense, or some guy who's fucking rocking the table all the time? Rocking the boat, going, making you.
I would pick the guy that makes sense, but that's just me.
Well, that's not just that will make sense, but it doesn't make good radio, unfortunately. At least for radio.
I heard one of you guys talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say that's why they got, shock jocks like, Stern, and then they got, people like Limbaugh, like, just there to stir the pot.
But the Imus for all those years, I never could listen to him for very long at all. It was just, he's like was a baby boomer generation kind of deal.
No clue. I never really listened to him. I know he came on the radio in the morning when I woke up, and I immediately turned the radio off.
I was going to ask, just before I got on, I heard you guys talking about physical.
About what?
Yeah, I was going to ask anybody else about what he said.
Other than, I understand it's not necessarily a practical gun, but other than needing the money out of it for some sort of life problem, why would somebody sell one once they finally had one?
What, a Desert Eagle?
The Deagle?
I mean, why wouldn't you shoot it?
I don't know, man.
Cost per round. Cost per round.
Yeah, I've never owned one myself. I would like to get one, but everybody I know has owned one. Murphy's owned one. A couple of people that I know own one. They've ended up, because it's just that gun that just sits there. I mean, they do shoot it, but it's more, I mean, okay, it's my opinion again, or at least what I've evaluated or observed is that they just don't shoot all that much. The 50 is very expensive. 44 is a little cheaper if you get the 44. I want one in 44. I still want to get one in 44. People say, get the 50 AE. I'd like to get the 44.
Well, the 44 is kind of what kind of tempts me, because it's the most, other than the 357, which isn't as fantastic, it's the most tempting economically, because it's expensive, but it's not ridiculously expensive. Yeah. And you don't have to shoot thousands of rounds, so you bring one box. 44 mag. I'm sure that's going to be plenty.
I mean, a lot of people also, guns are good liquid. When you want to get out, you need to get some money. And I mean, that's one of the guns that you're looking at. Like, okay, this is practical. My Glock 19, my Glock 26, or whatever it is you have, a Beretta or Sig, whatever it is you have. These are practical guns, and you gotta try to turn around a buck. And usually, I've heard of somebody's or some people telling me they've gotten some good deals, but they've gotten them like closer to like 1,100. Because somebody was hurting to get out of one quick, and
right.
That's the first gun that's going to be there. It's going to be like, okay, I don't really use this one all that much. I still want one though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still want one, even though obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. I mean, I wouldn't conceal carry it. I wouldn't be going hunting with it. But I also wouldn't leave it as a safe queen either. But I'd like to take it out and whether it shoot 20, depending on what I can handle. I mean, I've never shot one, so I don't know how enjoyable it is. But shoot 20 rounds or 50 rounds or 100 rounds, whatever it is, I could and afford. Because even if you can only afford 20 rounds an outing, that's better than zero.
Well, the problem is too that it's a problematic gun function-wise. It can cause a lot of misfeeds, etc. It just does not. It's not the most reliable gun.
Mostly from limp wristing, though.
Yeah, because I've never heard.
It's kind of hard not limp wristed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that gun probably has more user errors than most.
I have a question. Since it's an all-steel frame, what would limp wristing have to do with it?
The recoil on the gun is quite big.
No, the slide doesn't get to go all the way to the back if you limp wrist it.
But that frame should not flex at all because it's a steel frame.
Yeah, but if you limp wrist it, the slide doesn't go all the way to the back.
But it's a gas-operated system. It's not a standard recoil-operated system. There might not actually be limp wristing in it. I don't know.
Right, I do understand it's a blowback design.
No, it's not a blowback. It's a gas-operated. It has a gas tube in a star chamber just like an AR.
Okay, is it like a direct impingement or more like a piston?
I think it's DI, or like sort of DI. Hold on, let me like Google some stuff.
Well, that just shows how little I know, and I admit that. That's why I asked the questions, because I really don't know jack crap about it. I mean, I've never even held one, but I've always had since I was much younger. Those things first came out, a fantasy of having one. It's just that when they first came out, they were even more expensive than they are now.
When I saw was it Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man, when he gives him that 44, that when he takes off that crook, I was always since then I was like, yeah, thinking that's the gun you want to carry. Being a dumbass kid, I didn't know much. I was like, yeah, I'm going to carry that gun these days.
But the attractiveness of the 44 is, of course, because you can go from Magnum to Special. In case you can be your bad self with your Magnum, yet if it is a little bit rough on the wrist, you can do the 44 Special and still enjoy it.
I don't think you can do 44 Special on it. It's like the 357, you could do 38 Special because of the way the springs are set up.
You put in a different spring.
You
can go 40. Yeah, you can go 44. Same with the other one. You can go with the Special. You just have to put the other set of springs in it.
Okay, I remember looking at that once. So that'd be kind of cool. Another, like the Kunin, I think is also kind of cool too.
I mean, everybody tells me, just like the commercial for it, it's not your first handgun, but I want one of those for sure. I think they're awesome. The fireball the fire ring, that they throw is awesome.
Yeah, I picked one up at a gun show a couple times. Way back when they owned a gun, I saw one that was a kit where it came with multiple barrels and then like a hunter barrel, that real long one that it had. What always kind of turned me towards that I thought looked cool was that triangle kind of shape slide. The way it always looked, the way everybody else kind of like really, really, really sweet.
When you're looking at it from that end of the wrong end of the gun, yeah, I'm sure that that's a dangerous triangle to be checking out.
The Jericho, when they made the Jericho 9mm, it also carried that same kind of slide profile, but just in a 9mm.
Didn't they do that in 45 as well, that Jericho?
I think so.
I think they did.
IWI. They make a pretty good 45 too, Desert Eagle 45 C I've seen. It's a sweet looking. And 45, it's about an $800. 1911, sorry, 1911.
Oh, well then it's like, why spend all that money on their version of a 1911?
Well, because you're going to spend that much anyway on a 1911, aren't you?
For a name brand, good, supposedly quality, that's not an inexpensive one, yeah.
It just seems like there's 4 or 5 other manufacturers out there that make excellent 1911s already.
At that price point, I'd probably lean towards a SIG, the $700 price point, because you're not very far away from it on a SIG, and SIG makes an excellent 1911. Just with the what do you call it, the purist 1911 people, they don't care for the SIGs because they redesign the slide and blah blah blah.
Well, because the purists don't like it because it doesn't say Colt on the side.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not a purist. I like all
Marshall thing, yeah.
No, I've definitely heard other people say that. No, you have a 45 ACP. I have a 1911. I've heard that actually said at the gun range. Now, granted, that person was an ass, but that's beside the point.
It's not like, oh, but this guy was an ass. It's like what he said made him.
Well, it's like people at the range when I see them. I say, it's cool, it's nice, kind of cute, you like to shoot guns, but I'm a shooter. People like to shoot guns, and they're shooters. Right? Pendejo.
Cállate.
I tell them, they're like, who the fuck are you? Don't you know who the fuck I think I am?
I thought you were going to say something about chupa mi verga.
I could, but that'd be vulgar.
Yes, it would.
No mames, wait. Anyway.
Right. So what are you paying for your 45 down in Tejas, in southern Tejas there?
Right now?
Edge? Yeah.
Right. It's Don Edge, but right now, Lord of the House. Shoot, last time I I got lucky. One time, some 100 round packs of Federal for 30. What was it? Shoot, like $28.95 one time. I jumped on about both boxes. Huh?
I was gonna say what brand or what kind?
Federal champion, nothing fancy, but range ammo. They were $20.95 for 100 rounds. So almost $15 for your standard.
That'd be awesome.
I haven't gone to shop pretty lately. I need to go get some.
So, Yankee, what finish is your Desert Eagle that you got?
Got that golden tiger
Stainless steel.
stripe.
Ah, I was hoping it was a Golden Tiger.
No way. He was waiting for that stainless to come out. He couldn't handle waiting any longer.
Yankee doesn't like gold.
Here it is, right here.
Ooh. Your hand's gonna get jealous.
So is your wife killing you right now for getting that and getting your Wilson Combats and everything?
I'm a
And the Og.
Why do you think he has a Desert Eagle right now in his hand?
Defense. For home defense at home.
What his wife doesn't know won't kill him yet.
While he's awake, anyway.
Yes. Because he got the dog, and now he's got the eagle.
I need more ammo to build my House of Tula.
Nice.
Dude,
How much does that cost you?
It's got a gold dot roof.
It ain't cheap. It was $17.29.
Really, for stainless.
And here's the thing: for $1,729, they give you one fucking magazine.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Dude, if you can afford that gun, you can buy another magazine.
The CD has
Add
pretty
your echoing.
bags.
Add your echoing.
Sorry, CD&N has pretty good deals on those mags for the Desert Eagle.
But still, for 1,700, they at least should give you two.
And
Yeah.
cup the balls.
I guess they figure
I don't know about that.
load.
Coupling the balls would probably be for 1,800.
I guess they
Oh.
figure with a 50 AE, you don't ever have to reload.
Nope.
The shockwave takes care of all the business, right?
There ain't nothing on the planet that you ain't going to kill with 8 rounds.
Unless it's 9 people.
Oh, no, not with that one. With that one, you can kill more than 9 people.
Yeah,
That's
it's
8.
line them up 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Especially if they're marching in
Nine people.
formation.
You could probably shoot like between two guys and knock both of them over so hard that they're like knocked unconscious.
Just a shockwave.
I've owned these before, but I owned the 44 mag version. I'm curious to see what the 50 AE version is going to feel like shooting it.
Have you priced the ammo?
Yeah, I went out and bought 200 rounds the other day.
Are you shitting me, Yankee?
But
Well,
Yeah,
were they
everything
about
is
a
free
shipping.
25 around? That's crazy.
here's the 50 AE round next to the 44 mag. This is the 50 AE. This is a 44 Magnum.
Yeah,
What's
just a little fatter.
What's a box of 50 go for?
I don't know. I've only saw them in boxes of 20.
I was to say boxes of 20, and they're about anywhere from 25, depending on what kind, to like $36 a box of 20.
I bought, and I showed that picture the other day. I bought Hornady Critical Defense for $27.99 a box of 20.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all, because what I was seeing listed, like on one of those ammo bots, is like, let's see,
About 10 boxes of
XTP, Hollow Point. Oh,
About 10
nice.
boxes of this.
I want to see what one of those 50 AEs looks like next to a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Right, just a second.
If you want to
One moment,
compare
please.
pistol calibers, just ask Yankee and he'll be like, hold on, un momento.
Yeah, he's like literally the best person to ask about that.
He's
Yes,
trying to
it
get
is.
that guy that died in Oklahoma that has a museum named after him a run for his money. Guy had like thousands and thousands of arms, from milsurp arms to Civil War arms to pre-Civil War. the modern day.
No, that's what Christopher's going after.
I thought that was in Oregon.
GeoWebs would know the guy's name. It's someplace in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's got a museum up in Tulsa that I have yet to go to for some reason that I have.
That may be it. I mean,
College.
the state actually owns it because it was bequeathed to the state after the wife died to keep it in perpetuity as a museum. It was the only way that they could keep literally the collection together and the obviously, you know, the remembrance of the guy and his wife going.
It was something like they get, like the state gets control of the firearms, like as long as they keep them in a museum or something like that. So it's not like the state is just allowing it to be a museum like the state.
I want to say it's like 100,000 or more weapons.
Yeah, something crazy, like a full museum.
100,000. Damn, that's nice.
I'm just gonna say, GeoWebs, you know, GeoWebs may have 100,000 Jennings, but really call those weapons.
Why are you picking on G-Webs over there?
He likes
The
to
world's
he's
largest
not
museum of
specials.
under $100 22 long rifle pistols.
Yeah, he probably has 10,000 or so.
Hey, G-Webs had the answer to the question, the J.M. Davis Firearms Museum, so thank you, G-Webs.
I knew he would know what it was.
Yeah. And G-Webs doesn't have, they're not all $100, some are $250.
And some are 10.
Yeah.
Silence even Brown again.
But I mean, they're all weapons. They all shoot a projectile. They're good.
Hey, Yankee,
Some are paperweights.
I'm gonna get you to yell at me. Would you ever buy anything from Bud's ever again, or hell no?
Not a chance in hell.
I didn't think so.
Can't find my fucking 500 ammo. I know I stuck it in one of my one of my cans the other day because I never shoot it, and I think I put it at the bottom of one of the damn cans.
Knowing you, you'll find a gun in one of those cans too. If you forgot you own.
You still have that gun, don't you?
The 500? Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
I found my 460 ammo, which I thought I put with the 500 ammo, but I didn't. Here's the 500 right here. Good compliment to the. They about the same around, just.
If you can't find the 500 ammo, just show the 460 next to it. They're the same length. We'll just imagine they're the same width.
I found the 460. Hold on.
460 Roland.
No, not Roland. Maxim.
Man, has anybody on the panel fired the 460 Roland? I have not, but it's on the list of ones to try out for sure.
So this past year, when I started seeing some people talking about it.
Here it is next to the 460. You can see the 460 is quite a bit longer.
Yeah, so that's great.
But the AE is still a little wider diameter.
Yeah, but the 460 I think is narrower than the 500. I think the 500 is about the same diameter as this, but the length of this.
Yeah,
well, the 460 is a 454 caliber projectile, and the 500, I guess, is a 500 projectile.
Same as this. So it's this width, but this length. For 500.
500 Magnum is a hellacious round.
Although this one's more painful to shoot. I don't know if it's the loading or what, but these 460s are fucking brutal.
Do they cause thunder and lightning to occur?
Wow.
Yeah, crap, thunder and piss lightning.
Shit in my pants, yes, pretty much they do. Yeah, I didn't want the ported version of this gun, but that's all they had was the ported model. But now that I have it, the ports are kind of cool, and they match my 500 that way. Because it's got the integrated ports on the end of the...
So will we ever see a video of you single-handedly dual wielding those?
Well, no.
Oh, that'd be fun. Watching
In other words, you want
myself in the nose.
me smacking myself in the fucking forehead with a pistol and a revolver at the same
No,
time.
I don't want to see
Yes.
that at all. No, 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 no.
Now, the 500, I can shoot one-handed. I've got video of me shooting the 500 one-handed easy. The 460, I cannot. It's snappy and it hurts too bad. And I've been told by people that this one hurts quite a bit when you...
Yeah, but you've got that short barrel 460. You don't have the standard 8-inch barrel, right?
No, I don't have the I have the 2-inch, the 2.5-inch or whatever it is.
Shit, son, no wonder it hurts.
You got the bear safety one or whatever it is, right? The yellow Pelican box.
Yeah. Look at
Survival
that bolt
kit.
here. It looks like a freaking AR bolt inside of a pistol.
It does.
Rotating.
We were talking about that earlier.
All those lugs on there.
Oh yeah, I found out it is a piston system, basically, and it's more like a piston system than a DI. Even though it looks like an AR, it's
The trigger
not
is
like AR.
the trigger is remarkably light. I mean light, like 1911 light. Which is single action only with a safety, so that makes sense. But I would not carry it cocked without being locked. That's for sure. I won't carry it cocked and locked. Let's just say that. I won't carry it at all. I'm sure. Although I did get a holster for it. I wonder if it fits the holster. Because the holster.
If you carry that, your pants would probably fall down to your damn ankles.
I bought a holster for it to carry it, but they don't make it. They don't make ones for the rails, so I'm going to have to stretch it. Yeah, I'm going to have to stretch the fuck out of it to get it in there. But I'll heat the holster up and stretch it out some.
So you would never shoulder holster carry that?
Oh God, no! It'd kill my back. There, I got it in there. I'll just have to, now that I've got it in there, I'll heat it and let it stretch it out a little bit. But it's in there.
What holster do you have for it? Okay.
I don't know, but it's got a pretty picture of a pigeon on it.
He bought it for the picture.
Yeah, I don't know who makes this. Let's see. Made by.
Hey, you've seen that picture that Chaos 311 got for his his holster he got for his Desert Eagle that has the big ass American Eagle on it, or I'm sorry, the bald eagle with the American flag behind it and stuff.
That was from Savoy Leather.
Yeah,
I can afford that.
What was that?
I'm Poe.
Yeah. your holster
There's
poor.
the man carrying a
firearm
$2,000 gun.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely poor now after buying these two guns. After buying this and my ability to buy handguns is going to be extremely limited over the next year, probably, because I used up all my favors to get that Wilson Combat Beretta, the AUG, and this.
Oh, you got an AUG too?
Yeah. Just got the AUG yesterday. I showed it on the chat last night.
No, I was busy last night.
It's sweet.
Which I still didn't get a chance to get to the range with today, because yesterday was going to be my only day to get to the range with it, and then my son screwed that up, so stupid kids.
Isn't that why you had two, so one could look after the other?
Well, the one I had to go get the other one at school was the thing, because he stayed afterwards to. Boy, that is snug. I'm going to have to stretch that out good. Heck.
When's the oldest one going to start driving?
He doesn't want to.
What?
Doesn't
I
want
never heard of such a thing. That's the craziest thing I ever heard of.
It's today's generation.
It's actually
Kids don't
fairly
want to.
common now. I was talking to his guidance counselor, and he said probably about 35% of all the kids between the ages of 16 and 18 in their school drive. And I went to the DMV the other day to register my car, and she's like, most kids when they turn 16 now, it used to be 16 was the most common age for people to come in and apply for their license. Now it's 24.
Wow. I'm thinking like the freedom that came with the license and all of that.
They have that anyway around here. They just jump on a Max or a bus and go wherever the fuck they want.
Well, even here they find in rural Arkansas, they'll find one person, one of their friends that drives, and ask them for rides everywhere.
I don't let him ride with any of his loser friends. He tells me
Dude,
when
here in
he's driving somewhere, I'm like, I will drop you off and pick you up. You are not riding with any of your loser fucking friends.
Yeah.
None of his friends drive.
I
No,
was
no.
just gonna say, here in Oklahoma, it's like if you don't drive yourself, you have no freedom. Like, yeah, sure, all of your friends drive, but they're driving themselves. It's like if you don't also drive, you're not getting anywhere. You have to drive.
Yeah,
Here in,
people always pick everybody up around here.
here in Washington and
That's
Oregon,
bullshit.
here in Washington and Oregon, my son can walk out the front door, catch a bus, and go anywhere he wants to go for 40 miles in pretty much any direction.
Well, that's sweet. Then I could definitely see why that's the way it is. But like when and where I was growing up, yes, we had a bus, but it didn't get you everywhere you needed to go. That's for sure.
Like I
And
let him
plus, I
go.
had a lot of national forest and state forest land around where you'd go and explore or get in trouble or what have you, and it always took somebody with a vehicle to get there.
See, here he just like we have a big mall around here, and it's the Clackamas Mall, and it's clear out in Clackamas. It's a good stretch from here. But he wanted to go with his friends the other day, and I was going to take him. He's like, I don't want you to take me. I want to go with my friends. And I was like, well, I don't know if you're old enough, but then I was convinced that, almost 17 is old enough to go to the mall by yourself. So him and his friends just went out here to the corner, got on a bus took him to the airport, got on a MAX train at the airport, train took him to the mall.
Wow.
Of course, he's got that tracking app on, so I guess he's old enough to be tracked.
That's all right.
Way. He knows that.
Plus, he's got that RFID chip Yankee probably put in his shoulder.
I think this is just going to stay in this holster now. Nope, okay, it came out.
Well, it's got an open bottom, right? I suppose the trigger guard's there.
He tried to cut the trigger guard away.
Don't they make pocket holsters like that?
I'm hoping they make an ankle holster for this because above my waist is difficult.
Oh, we have Canada.
That's pissing a couple people off. They're like, video's stupid. I'm like, yeah, it's a stupid joke, and the fact that it pisses you off means I did it right.
Right?
That's one thing I really enjoy about your videos.
Yeah, he generally
It's the
pisses everybody off.
Comedy.
I'm like, if you got offended by a stupid joke in a video, that doesn't say a lot about me. It says more about you. I said, the only thing it says about me is that if I pissed off some uptight, stick-in-their-ass jerk, that I did it right.
Agreed.
What the fuck are you talking about? Did you do something really nasty on one of your videos?
No, nothing
No.
stupid, just a stupid little joke video a few minutes ago.
Okay. I must have missed it. I actually don't watch most of your videos.
Bob.
Oh, occasionally I do. I mean,
They're funny as hell. The unintentional comedy is just great. I mean,
Well, I mean, I like his stuff where he dresses up like a woman and stuff because that just looks so. It just reminds me of British comedy, eh? It's like so ridiculous. See
I
this
thought you
guy-
liked it because it gave you a chubby.
No, hell no. It's because it's this
No,
ugly,
age, nothing.
Definitely like
man
because he
in
gets
lingerie,
At
man.
his age, anything short of heavy-duty pharmaceuticals do not give him a chubby.
I like it because I'm going to see more firearms on your videos than unless I win the lottery or something, that I'm going to be able to own. But at the same time, it
Yeah,
gives
true.
me ideas of what to save up for, to put some effort into acquiring and stuff like that.
I love this one. No one cares what you bought, you fucking midget.
Well, that's comedy gold, though.
Well, I mean, people are just jealous that you have the disposable income to buy this stuff.
Disposable income.
No, his wife does. He just uses her money.
No, we don't have any disposable income. I ain't got no income now. I spent it all.
Well, they're just jealous that you have the means to do it.
Yeah, I just think he's just a dickhead and likes to show off his toys, but, that's just my point.
No, is it the part that he's the dickhead that you don't like, Bob, or the part that he has the toys?
Well, it's that he has the toys and he gets to carry them around and shit.
My
So
fault,
it's the jealousy part,
no
what you're
end.
saying.
Well, it's just if they let him carry guns around, fuck, they should let me carry guns around. I mean,
No,
gee.
you're Canadian. I'm not trusting
Yeah.
no fucking Canadians.
That's
I
the
know,
number
that's
one
thing,
rule
the
right there.
government doesn't
Yep.
trust me. I'm the most
That's right.
trustworthy person probably in the country, and they don't trust me.
That doesn't say much about you. It says a lot about your government.
Are you kidding me? Fuck, man. We've had our troops. Hey, our ground troops have been in action against ISIS. Have yours?
Okay, I think my gun. I think
Hey.
this Ben Jacobson wins the best comment when he said that he doesn't think it's a gun in the case. He thinks it's James Yeager's corpse.
Well, no, to his defense, I mean, that's entirely possible, though.
Oh yeah, he's pretty much fitting there. He had to fold his legs up. He's fitting. I got to figure out what the fuck this tool is.
Show it to us.
I've never had one of these before. So I
Oh
have
God, the way you said you wanted Yankee to show you the tool, I mean, really, show it to us.
I've never
sorry.
had one of these. I've never had one of these for more than like 15 minutes before, so I'm not sure what all the tools do.
Sorry.
Bob, have you been drinking?
No, I never drink. No, but mine lasts more than 15 minutes.
Maybe you should.
Start drinking,
Yeah, it's
Bob.
actually, yeah, my medication alarm's about to go off, so I probably should have a beer. Need something to wash it down with.
Perfect.
That rail is stretching out pretty easy in here. Boy, it went in hard the first time, came out hard the first time, but it's actually getting pretty easy to do right off the bat.
That is.
Oh my.
It's like you just found it.
I mean, do you guys laugh every time you hear the word dick or penis?
Yeah.
No.
But when you say it like that,
I got us.
I do when I hear the word man sausage.
Yeah, that doesn't make me laugh.
Actually, I think this will work in this holster just fine. It's stretching it out good.
Penis.
Right.
Rails.
Hey, Yankee, you got all those extra holsters. You got one that'll hold a Blackhawk?
No, he doesn't have a holster that'll hold a Browning high power.
Bob, stop being a leech.
I don't care. I want free
Bob
shit.
loves
Everybody
the
else gets free
Blackhawk.
shit. I want free holsters, man. I'm fucking going, oh, I look on eBay and they
Nobody's going to send you a holster and then have to pay for shipping.
To Canada, God's sakes.
what? And it might disappear like the stuff Huck sent me. It just fucking hit the border and was gone.
Case of beer falling off the truck, Bob.
We're shaving some of that away in there.
Can't disappear if you keep mentioning the guy's name.
Yeah, it can. Just because even when I phoned the post office, they said, oh, no.
I'm going to go stick my holster in the microwave for a few minutes.
With the gun in it still?
No, not with the gun in it.
Okay, just check it.
And loaded.
Check it.
Yeah, make sure the gun's loaded, Yankee, when you
Stick
put
in the
it in.
microwave hot, you get the leather hot, then you pull it out and put the gun in it and let it cool back to the gun.
Are there any rivets in the holster?
No, it's all stitched.
Oh,
Nice.
Well, as far as he knows. He'll find out right away.
If there were rivets in it, I'd have to go in and boil some fucking water and stick it in a bun warmer. Or the bun steamer, you know, the things you use to steam hot dog buns, I've used that to soften up holsters before.
That actually probably worked pretty good, other than it takes so long to get that fucking water heated up.
Not really.
Wait, they make a thing that warms up hot dog buns?
That's exactly what I was thinking, Caleb.
What?
And Yankee owns one.
You don't know? You don't know? Come on.
It's called a kettle.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen them in restaurants before, but the fact that,
Yankee owns one.
yeah,
Oh, Yankee probably does own a bun warmer, yeah.
Yankee probably owns a deep fryer too.
I was gonna say he's got two kids. You know he cooks.
Everybody owns a deep fryer.
He's got
Yeah,
the hot dog
He
roller.
doesn't own a deep fryer.
Yeah, what's wrong?
No, I'm talking about an industrial one, like the ones they have like the baskets for the fries. You stuff them in there and just put a basket in it.
Exactly. Who doesn't own one?
I have like a 1 gallon deep fryer, man. I could do like a chicken in it.
I think mine's a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah. But I mean, still, you do a deep fried chicken, that's tasty.
Oh yeah.
It's like getting Kentucky chicken, but it's the whole damn chicken.
Every now and again, I'll do like 2 or 3 Cornish hens.
Yeah, about 30 seconds, heated it up to where it was good and hot, and the gun slipped right in like butter.
That's nice, Yankee. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Why hold back now, Bob?
No, well, because it would be really rude.
Well,
And
like
it's
anybody's
insulting
listening
to
to
his
you
partner.
anyway, so say whatever you want to say.
You mean we don't all have Bob muted right now?
No.
Or
Actually, you're right. I keep forgetting going into my settings, go over to volume, and then go down to that individual microphone selection.
Well, you can do that, or you can just go right to his picture, and I think you can click ignore. But I haven't yet. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, Bob.
I haven't been rude at all. Not once since I came in here. Well,
the anticipation is killing me, Bob.
Well, what's the difference between turning the mic off individually or hitting ignore?
Well, I don't have to do any sub stuff if I just go over to his picture and click ignore. Whereas the other way, I have to.
You'll never be able to hear me again, and I'll be able to say bad things about you, and you won't know it, and everybody else will be laughing.
Yeah, if you hit ignore,
remember Chris did that?
It says you and Bob Biker won't be able to see or hear or interact with each other for the rest of the video call.
And are you trying to say that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I'm not sure.
Chris did it, and it didn't turn out so well, so I'm just warning you.
But if you
Chris
turn
did
it
it
down,
for peace of mind, though.
If you turn it down, at least the cackling isn't quite as offensive.
Oh, cackling!
Well, I think the cackling is the most entertaining part, honestly.
If by most entertaining, you mean the only entertaining part, then I agree.
Well, I won't necessarily disagree with them.
I'm kidding, Bob. You're welcome on my chats anytime.
I just try to give the people what they want.
I had the text message.
Trying to keep people on my chat.
I had the text message my brother-in-law this morning after I didn't know what those guns were in the chat last night, and what's his name was right. One of them is a 1919.
Yeah. Hey, anybody else watch that TV series 100?
No.
No.
I've seen it advertised or whatever, but I've not watched it.
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of bullpups those guys are carrying. I think they're Narenkos, but a lot of people disagree with me and they say they're Devores or whatever.
Well, IMFDB that shit, Bob. You have the internet.
Do what?
IMFDB.
What the hell is that?
Internet Maybe Firearms Database.
Oh.
Thanks, Caleb.
The guy that runs that's a complete and total dickhead, but it's a nice resource.
Doesn't matter.
And what was the name of the show? The 100?
Yeah, the 100.
The 100.
Yeah, it's
the
like
100 or the 100?
The
like it's a number.
100. I don't know. I just watch it. I don't really pay attention to the titles or who's in it, but it's entertaining.
Hey, Weddle, did you ever get your AR replaced, whatever, the one you broke?
No, okay, so here's the deal. On Friday, like Thursday night, because I was kind of inebriated, I was kind of bad, I sent that company a email, and then Friday I got an email back. She said, hey, I'll contact your FFL today. So Saturday, I'm driving, and I'm like, oh, hey, I wonder if my FFL ever got an email from them. So I called him on his shop phone, and he said he didn't get the emails. So then later that night, I sent that company back another email, and that lady said, okay, I'll get on it first thing on Monday. It's now Thursday night, a week from the first email I sent, and I haven't got a call back from him, and he said he'd keep me advised, so I think I'll call him up tomorrow and see if he ever got an email or not. I mean, if he didn't get anything now, I'm just going to call him back and say, I want a refund. Don't even bother sending me it.
Right, yeah.
What gun?
Yeah.
What brand was that again?
It was a ATI, American Tactical Imports. I had one of their all-polymer loaders, the ones that they stopped selling right about the time I bought mine, because there's about 1 million pictures online of them snapped in half, right where mine snapped in half. So, yeah, it's pretty rough.
Now they don't want to talk to you.
There's no IMFDB rating, listings for that TV series.
Yeah, I looked too.
I tried every version of the 100 I could think of.
Okay, I'll go look it up. Jesus, you guys are tough.
Well, sometimes you have to do your own research, Bob. You can't always rely on people in the States to do everything for you.
You leave Bob
It's
alone.
way easier to ask than to,
Bob's an old man. You leave him alone now.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm lucky I can. Oh, it's called The 100, and it's on Netflix, so it must be something.
Is it really on Netflix? Let's look at this.
Called The 100.
And it's what's this show about?
It's a space station. It's like there was a nuclear war and the planet's poisoned, they think, and then there's 100 juveniles who have committed, pretty much petty offenses, but because they're running out of resources and everything, like any offense is basically you get killed. So they decide instead of just spacing them, they'll send them down to Earth and see if they survive. And then it goes on from there.
Yeah, they're on the
what they think is a poisoned Earth, but Yeah,
if anybody's wondering, it's on after the Arrow on CW.
I thought Flash was on after the Arrow.
No, Flash comes on Tuesdays at 7, and then Arrow is Wednesdays at 7.
The Flash, I saw it on this one website. They got all the episodes.
Here's a picture of my AR that I sent back, by the way.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Ooh.
Why is that rubber band on there?
That's actually to hold my sling in place. It's like, well, my sling, I didn't want all the extra slack, just kind of like wobbling around, so I put a rubber band on the receiver tube to hold the slack in place.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, it worked when my receiver was in one piece, but now the sling is kind of the only thing holding it together, or was, at least.
Holy crap, that is.
So how many rounds did you get through it before it came apart?
Is that a left-handed?
Oh, no. Yeah, it's a left-handed upper. Really, it didn't even break when I was firing it. I mean, I got like 300 rounds through it, fine. It's just that my phone was doing something weird in my pocket, and I had my gun in my hand, and I just dropped it, like, just right here at chest height. I just dropped it, pulled out my phone, messed with my phone, put my phone back in my pocket, and I looked down, and my receiver tube was bent. And I'm like, that's not good. And then I picked it up by the stock, and the rest of my gun stayed on the ground by the sling. I was just like, fuck,
So you just set the gun down on the buttstock, pretty much, kind of. But
well, actually, I was kind of in the middle of my passion, so I picked up the other piece, and I hauled them back both inside, and I just, what the fuck?
Super glue that son of a bitch. It's good.
Well, that's definitely a practical test that if it doesn't pass, then you shouldn't have it.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm glad it broke on me then, like, if I needed it to not be broken, then it could have definitely broke the worst.
Imagine diving behind cover with your gun and then, like, coming up to shoot and it's, like, falls apart in your hands.
Oh, if it would have, like, broke apart when I needed it, I would have probably thrown the piece of that son of a bitch shooting at me.
I mean, but what it does go to show is that for the amount of money that's the heart of the gun, is the chassis that holds everything together.
Yep.
That you don't want to skimp money on the heart.
Yep.
Well, you can go ahead and skimp all you want. Just make sure it's like made out of metal.
Yeah. The lower doesn't take
or mechanical heart.
And the thing is the lower really doesn't take all that much pressure. But yeah,
well, it's just the way you
definitely stay with.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
I'm not talking about when it's dropped.
I'm talking about well, as an example, a horizontal drop from what we'll call about 5 feet or so. I mean, every rifle should be able to withstand numerous repetitive drops from that distance.
Exactly. That's why I didn't think about it when I just dropped it, because I'm like, fuck it. I don't have time to deal with this rifle right now. I gotta mess with my phone. It's like I didn't even think that would ever hurt it.
Exactly.
I guess they never did a drop test on their product.
I mean,
well,
the only
now it's a left-handed upper.
The only inherent weak point that I'm aware of in the AR design is the buffer tube, because it's made out of aluminum, and if you go to like butt stroke something, just as an example, you will bend the tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I found out about that in Vietnam, eh?
And it's not going to cycle properly.
And what I said is,
if you watch a new Iraq veteran video, has anybody seen that? He put on like a magazine torture test, and he was banging the shit out of his AR by the mag, and he's like, oh hell, I bent my receiver tube, that's why it isn't cycling.
Right.
So he like
I saw that.
bent it back and it was
Bent it
working
back.
again. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
I mean, aluminum is fine, but it still has to be relatively thick enough to make up for its inherent lightness.
That and ARs really aren't meant to be used as clubs.
Right. I mean, they were never designed to be butt stroked like you could do with like an M14 or an M1 Garand
Or something like
Or
that. Yeah.
VZ.
Well, hey,
Or
according
something
to
else,
an article that I
with a
read
stupid
today,
gas system out the back end.
that
Well,
hold on, damn it! I was going to say,
Sorry.
according to an article I read today that Island Survivor put up, apparently the M14 is so fucking accident and jam prone that all it's good for is a club.
well, and you also have to think the way
Great
the
dress,
AR
too.
was originally designed. You also had that fixed stock back there that gave it more rigidity.
Very true.
Well, but it was much more brittle plastic than the original design.
But still, it's still more stuff back there.
You still, I mean, it's the AR-15 was based off the AR-10. The AR-10, my brother has one of the originals, and it does not have the original plastic furniture because it broke. It literally would just shatter after a couple of years. It was almost like Bakelite.
Well, they're probably made to be thrown away.
Well, his all has wood furniture now, but which actually is a fucking badass looking gun.
The wood furniture?
Yeah.
No, I bet that shit's so thin that it will break in half if you ever try to hit anything with it.
Did any of you guys see that video
this thing's heavy.
got Weapons put out about a day or two ago about sand and dirt testing of the M14?
Yeah, that was a really cool video.
Fast,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what everybody's-
That was cool.
Yeah, everybody's
was
trying to
awesome.
slag the M14, and like, I mean, I have a Chinese copy, which by rights should be shittier, right? And I've got probably easily 500-600 rounds through it, and I've never had a failure. And I mean, I don't treat my guns like
Bob,
Yankee
you make
does.
that
I mean,
sound like that's a lot. 500 rounds is nothing.
yeah, but
Yeah.
500 rounds of abuse that's never been cleaned. I mean, that's
But
It's
still,
hard.
if there's no
Doesn't fail.
sand, if there's no sand or anything in it,
oh hell, it's probably been in the dirt. I know it's been in the dirt. I actually fell off the
You
bench
know,
one
Bob,
time.
your Chinese knockoff might actually be more reliable because of its loose tolerances, if it has loose tolerances. I mean,
Well,
that's why
that's
the AK works so well.
From what I've heard about where these things came from is the Chinese bought the Springfield tools as scrap iron, like scrap metal, and then once they got them back to China, they went, well, they're all here. Let's make the guns. But they are a little crude. I mean, I had to take a file to the charging handle because it had sharp edges on it and shit. But it fucking works. And it's accurate. So, I just don't see, like, I can't see that why anyone would think that rifle, which has a heritage from the M1 Garand, which was designed by a Canadian, by the way, why they would think, it worked so well in World War II, but now they're saying, oh, no, when they put a magazine on it, it doesn't work anymore. Like, reliability issues with them. Maybe the really old ones that are getting beat up and getting,
Hey, Bob,
thousands and thousands of rounds.
if I post the article in there, will you read the article?
Yeah,
You seriously need to read his article. Like,
All right.
they sent, at one point, they sent like a couple dozen from different manufacturers to Aberdeen Proving Grounds, and first of all, they measured them all, and like 90% of them were out of spec in at least, like, there was one specific measurement where 90% of the rifles were out of spec.
Wow, that's really bad.
The rest of, like, it was just terrible. It was terrible.
Hey, Bob, it's going to take you a minute to read it. It's not a short article, okay?
well, that and a lot of manufacturers are trying to make guns tighter to get them more accurate because people do just bench rest them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The ones made for war.
No, these were guns made for the Army off of the same machines they made the M1 Garands for. And 90% of them were out of spec in this one specific measurement.
Yeah, there you go, Bob.
All
It's
of the guns were
in
bad.
the side chat.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now.
Okay. I'll post it in the external just in case anybody else wants to read it. It was eye-opening for me. I had, I think Wendell and I were talking about it earlier. It's like I had heard a little bit about it not holding zero so much, but when it starts talking about the military spending decades on trying to fix it, and one of the parts where it says, never mind, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it was a good article.
Yeah, excessive headspace is a bad thing.
That's catastrophic usually.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's not the design, that's the manufacturer.
Especially in a
loose
panel.
handguards, that's manufacturer. I mean,
hey, Bob,
it sounds like it's
read the article. I can read
Yeah,
it
man.
for
By
you
the
now.
time
I'm
you,
reading the
by the
article.
time,
No,
well, by the time you get to the bottom, you're gonna have a different outlook on a few things.
I'm gonna mute you until you read the article.
Yeah.
Just turn your camera on or something when you're done, Bob.
Oh,
And give us a book
damn.
report. Give us a book report.
Caleb, do you see the internal? Edge, turn your stupid sound off. You hear those when you watch one of your videos. You don't need to hear it.
Yeah, that was that same crappy music he always used. I mean the intro music. The lovely intro music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, I've been a little texting war with some idiot that wants safeties on guns and wants everybody to be required to take training classes every 6 months.
Why are you bothering to respond to someone like that?
Dano said it.
Because it's fun every once in a while.
It's a pain in the ass.
I would love to take training classes every 6 months, but I don't want it to be mandatory.
I
don't want it to be mandatory.
Yep. This is why
maybe
I've been.
we can get like a government subsidy on tactical training courses.
No, this is why I'm in the argument with him. He says he doesn't want any more gun laws, and he only wants lax gun laws, but yet he requires training, which would be a law.
Mm-hmm. You know, if under Obamacare they allow us to or give us subsidies to take training courses and ammo and all that stuff, heck yeah, I'd be like every month. That's
just one step closer to registration.
How about they just like say, oh, you have filled out a 4473 in the last 12 years. You automatically get $200 a year to go towards training or ammo or both. And then like an extra $200 per 4473 that we
what we could just do is we could just make it a militia payment, and anyone that volunteers to be a volunteer member of the militia gets 3 weeks a year of training and $500 a year allowance for ammunition.
I like that idea.
I like it.
Can you go ahead and write up like a rough draft that we can all sign?
Is it Washington that actually has a separate state militia?
I thought it might be Idaho or something like that, but you might be right.
It was
surprised Texas doesn't have one.
Yeah.
I am not officially in any militia, but I do consider myself to unofficially be in any militia that may be of need at any time.
There you go.
Same here.
I think that all of us are part of the militia.
No, back when I was a kid, my local sheriff would still round up posses when he needed help. Like when we had floods or anything, he would go deputize a bunch of people and send them out on the roads. They'd take their own rifles, etc. Stop looting, everything.
I'm referring to a state militia, different than the National Guard.
Does being a member of the metal militia, does that count? I'm a proud member of that one too.
I spent a couple minutes trying to Google it, see what I can find out. It was a while back that I heard about it.
You yelled at Bob earlier for not doing his own research.
Well, that was probably just an excuse to yell at Bob.
Yeah, but I didn't ask a question of which there was an answer already in the side chat.
Shut up, Dano.
Nice. Welcome back, Bob.
Well, Bob, I'm just calling it the way I see it. The answer was there.
Hey, leave Bob alone. He's reading his homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, no distracting.
Yeah, he hasn't finished the first paragraph yet.
Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure Bob can read.
I didn't say he couldn't read.
I'm almost through it now. Quit bothering me.
He is a crotchety old fucker, though.
There's only 4 people in Stone Guy's chat, and one of them is Stone Guy, and he don't count. The other one's Luke. He barely counts.
Fuck this. This is a...
One of the questions.
Yeah, it's
a
not
long
a short
article.
article, Bob. Yeah, it is not a short article. I tried telling you that before you started.
One of the questions I get all the time that once I get a question a certain number of times, I answer it, and I'm going to do a video. Filmed a video last night. I probably won't edit it for a while yet, though, about where I answered a bunch of the questions. And one of the questions is, why do the live chats suck so much nowadays? Because I get that all the fucking time. And another one was, why am I not in them anymore?
So what's your answer?
The reason you're not in them is because they suck.
Well, that's what people were assuming. That's kind of what people assume. They assume that I've started boycotting chats because I think they're boring or I don't like what's being said, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I don't find them boring. I think they're just as interesting now. There's just no hot topics right now. There's no big gun grabs. There's no, tragedies. There's nothing that's, a unifying topic. So it's like, all over the place. And the reason I'm not in them is simply because I don't get invited to them. I don't invite myself into any chat. If there's not an open link posted or an invitation sent to me, I don't go to a chat. I don't. If they don't invite me, I don't assume they want to hear what I have to say.
My ego cannot handle not being invited.
No, I mean, I just don't know. It's the opposite. My ego doesn't make me think that these people need to hear what I have to say if they didn't invite me.
I sent you links before, and you still seem like you don't know how to get to them.
Coming to your fucking chats, that's different.
You can't hang with a class actor, eh?
No, I come to your chat when I'm around. If I'm here and you send it to me, I come.
No, I thought you've had problems with the Google Plus or whatever.
No, I have once or twice in the past, but usually I'm just not home when I get those. Like I'm at the skating rink or something. Like on Wednesday nights, I'm usually at the skating rink. I mean, not Wednesday nights, Tuesday nights or Thursday nights, I'm usually at the skating rink. And Saturday, skating rink.
I'd rather be at the skating rink with you watching you fall on your ass than be in a chat.
Well, I don't fall very often.
And when he does, he breaks an arm.
No, I fall good though. Cause do something stupid when I fall.
hip breaks a hip.
Surprisingly, I don't get hurt. I'm well padded, I guess.
Well, that's true.
Although I smacked my head in that one video that I posted where I fell, I smacked my head hard enough for it to echo through an enormous building, and it still didn't really hurt me. But I guess I'm hard-headed too.
You haven't developed that.
No, Yankee is just something out there to hurt.
Yeah, you just leave yourself so open for that. It's like fish in a barrel. There's no point.
You haven't developed that old man hip like Bob, where a golden retriever will knock you down and you'll be in the hospital.
I'm good on my feet and pretty sturdy too.
I've been in the hospital.
It's his low center of gravity.
Yeah, because you remember I'm only 5'2".
I got rear-ended on my motorcycle 25 years ago. That's the only last time I was in a hospital.
I don't really care to hear when you did anal.
I was sitting at a red light and some guy delivering pizzas was looking for my address and drove into me.
So that's how the colon carry started?
Yeah, well, that's Yankee's thing, not mine. Yankee rides little tiny girls' bikes. I rode real bikes.
So, Bob, what'd you think of that article?
Yeah.
You can't read that.
You know what? I mean, I agree with a whole lot of it. Like, the fucking gun is heavy as hell. I mean, once I put the scope and the bipod and everything on it, I went, I don't want to carry this fucking thing.
Right.
You know, if I just had it for, I think it would be great for designated sniper kind of thing. I don't care what they say about, I've fired 100 rounds through it at the range and the point of aim hasn't moved. So
but that's not what they're talking about.
Better.
Hey,
no, that's not what they're talking about.
Did you read about how the Army marksmanship unit spent millions of dollars in 20 years trying to make it a good gun, and they flat out could not do it? And then as soon as they switched to the M16, they were beating everybody else around, so everybody else had to also switch to the M16 just to stay competitive.
Yeah, I
And
know.
those
I
weren't
was just, I
mil-spec
mean,
guns. Those were the guns made by the best techniques, the best materials they could find at the time. And
and it was
couldn't
based on
do it
the
with that.
AR-10, which was originally a 308 platform. So I just don't like the cartridge. I really don't like 223.
Well, we know that. We know that.
Well,
I mean,
fine then. An AR-10 is still a better design than an M14. That's
I will have to
Oh
say,
hell yeah, I won't disagree with that.
I will
I've
have to say,
handled both.
I like shooting my M1A much better than I did shooting my AR-10.
No, I've shot the original AR-10, not the later one, and it is just a.
I assume pretty much anything you shot was the original.
Fuck.
Anyway. I'm pretty sure that your wagon had the original wheels on it.
Yeah.
The first ones they ever made.
Well, yeah, and we had to harness it to a dinosaur too. Yeah, right.
Well, I was going to say,
you're almost as old as me. That's the thing, is you're damn near as old as me. You look older.
Not even close.
You look a lot older.
Not even close.
Yes, you do. You're all kind of rotund, and you got the gray beard, and yeah, you.
No, but Bob, sorry, you look older, Bob.
And Bob, under these clothes, I'm nothing but cut up muscle.
Yeah, okay.
That's one that should be talking about how anybody looks, because you look just like all the homeless guys. I go down and help twice a week.
He looks like the homeless guy that everyone else calls old timer.
Yeah, but you know what?
His nickname on the street is Adam.
No, it's actually Boss.
I thought it was Eve.
It's Boss,
Wow.
man.
I was at least going to give him the opportunity to be a man.
Yeah. No, mine's Boss. I'm the boss.
Actually, I think his homeless name is Father Shitmas.
Also known as Mr. Depends.
Just about to go get my new camper pretty soon here.
Yeah.
28 feet of.
You're not making yourself
heaven.
sound any younger by talking about your camper.
Oh, no, man, it's gonna be great. I'm going to Arizona, put my feet up, and just spend.
How many days until you total that one?
Yeah, I mean that was just that was outrageous. I've never seen anything like that. The first trip and the tire blows apart and cuts the whole fucking cupboards apart, the floor.
Hey Bob, he's always said he's not afraid of anybody knowing his personal address, so you can just ask him.
Driving for miles with your left turn signal on probably overheated the wheels.
Yeah.
It'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I've been looking at it, and it actually makes sense to actually go down south that way to hit the coast, and then just so I could pop through and drop in, and maybe Yankee will buy me a steak.
But he didn't buy G-Web's a steak at SHOT Show. He buy you a steak.
I tried. G-Webs didn't want to stick around. He ran. He made a run for it.
I actually would, if you came up to me and said, "Can I buy you a steak, little boy?" I'd probably run too.
He was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm getting back to Arizona."
Oh, that I don't blame him. That's where I want to be. Where men are men, or sheep are nervous. Oh wait, that's Scotland.
Wrong desert.
Yeah, wrong desert.
Oh, crap.
Oh, man.
Gotta get a beer.
All right, quick, while he's gone, let's have a decent topic.
How good high points are?
No. A topic that he'll either not have much to say about or have no knowledge of.
No, what needs to happen is as soon as he gets back, we need to be like, okay, that's enough about high points. And he'll get all pissed off.
Not having knowledge has never stopped him before. What makes you think it'll stop him?
Yeah, I was going to say, we could basically talk about any topic and Bob wouldn't have anything to add.
So I decided to break down and take a class from Yeager as he's rolling through Arkansas back in April.
Nice.
Dude,
Which one?
The Jaeger class is actually really cool.
Yeah, it's Army's fighting pistol.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, there's a guy that teaches. Basically, there's a guy teaches about an hour north of me. That his TAC 1, TAC 2, I'm thinking is going to be Jaeger's fighting pistol. So.
I really hate it when gun manufacturers give you this as your manual. I mean, I know it saves trees and all, but I don't have anything that has a fucking disk drive anymore.
I'm about to say, who uses DVD anymore?
Yeah.
They should put it on like a little memory stick or something, a little USB drive, because no one has fucking disk drive anymore.
No, they should just give you like a link or something. And
Yeah.
I think you probably can. I'd be willing to bet I can get a link to it somewhere.
A custom only PDF directory.
Yeah, exactly.
Who even reads the manual anyways? I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly. Only the gun
owners. I go to the bathroom and read the manual.
I mean,
I literally just open up my start throwing ammo in them until it works.
I don't know anybody who steals gun manuals and then resells them on the street corner. It's not like there's a going price. Hey, I'll give you $20 for that manual and that high point.
And how many Desert Eagles do they really sell a year? How many trees are they saving?
Yeah. And the manual is not enough to say, hey, now the Chinese can reverse engineer the gun. Without that manual, they couldn't.
I mean, all my Smith & Wessons, my CZ, all of them came with paper.
I'm going to say one-hand operable. This gun is not.
Hold on with that attitude.
We're on with one hand very easily.
Well, if you didn't wear it on your panties, you might be able to.
It is. You can't even hardly reach that damn thing.
Hey, you just put on your big boy pants and you rack that some bitch off your belt and you can operate it one hand all day long.
So, would there be any cost savings in going from the 50 AE Deagle to the 44 mag?
It'd be negligible unless you were like buying like really cheap cowboy loads or something.
If you load yourself.
The gun itself.
Oh, you mean the cost of the gun itself?
Yeah.
I don't even think there's a difference. I think it's the same.
Okay. It's just stainless steel or.
Yeah, but right now the stainless steel one has only been shipping in the 50 AE. I looked all over, and no one has the.
Now that Desert Eagle, you can get conversions for them, right? To shoot different calibers.
Yeah, you can buy different barrels.
The three main ones are 357, 44, and 50, right?
Yeah.
They made a couple of experimental ones, like one. I think there was one 41 Magnum, and another one 440 Corbon. I bet you if you could get one of those, have a collector item right there.
Wasn't there one for a 38 Super as well?
I don't know.
God, maybe, I don't know. That would be cool.
I can't wait to do grips on it. It's going to look good with the grips. I got those Piranha green Damascus G10 grips.
Oh, yeah.
Are they from Hogue?
Yeah, from Hogue.
Well, once you get down to a 41 Magnum, you might as well make the switch over to a 10 millimeter, just because you can get a lot more capacity.
Hey, that's false. A 41 Magnum is, well, actually, I have no idea how it compares ballistically to a 10 millimeter, but I imagine a 41 Magnum is still superior.
Yeah,
well, I'm comparing it to the original power specs of the 10 millimeter, not the watered down ones. But like,
I'm talking about full house. Like
if you just go full house load to full house load, the 41 still has much greater potential. It's people always love to compare. Oh, look, I bought this off the shelf 41 Magnum, and now I'm comparing it to these, Buffalo Bore 10 millimeter plus P plus things that I bought, or whatever they want to call them. I'm like, yeah, if you want to compare the hottest 10 millimeter to the mild 41 Magnum, yeah, you're going to 10 millimeters hotter. But if you just go by maximum potential of each round, the 41 Magnum.
Well, I'll tell you what, we happen to have a reloader in the chat who can at least give us some real numbers. Khalid, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb, how many 41 Magnums and 10 millimeters have you reloaded?
Exactly. That's a good point.
I'm sorry, no, better question. How many have you powder coated, and what color?
The question.
How many feet per second per color do you get? Exactly.
I'd say lavender for 10 millimeter.
The question
Hot pink.
Pink for
is,
Yank.
he has the book to look up the specs. I don't.
I don't have the book right now. It's down in the basement. But there's a really good website I can reference to right here.
I have one right next to me. Was it 10 mil?
Well, good enough. Plus, yeah.
I can't look that up now. I'm still in my mom's
Look
basement.
up, you know, the foot pounds for a 41 and the foot pounds for a 10 with the same length barrel.
I remember checking for the difference between
The
40
41 is going to have a whole lot more punch.
I remember checking the difference between 10 millimeter and 44 Magnum. 'Cause I remember when Yankee made that video a while back. Because we had a chat about it, and then he made a video about it.
Yeah, 41 Magnum, 44 Magnum's got a lot greater potential.
And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I wonder just how small the overlap is. And I went and looked, and it was like 1 or 2 loads, and it was very, very small
Okay.
overlap.
Yeah.
What grain do you guys want? We could go up to
300.
no for
Go with the lightest
10
grain
mil?
because
For
lightest
10
grains
mil?
have the
The
highest
lightest?
power.
Yeah,
Okay.
to try to make them, you know, at least as far as the projectile, as similar as
So you
possible.
gotta find one that's in both calibers. You want to compare
Okay.
the same grain to same grain.
Yeah.
Right.
And then compare a 357 Magnum, and it's almost where the 10 mil is.
170 grain out of a 41 Remington mag. The fastest it's moving is with R Enforcer is 1760.
Okay.
And coming out of the 10 millimeter, the fastest for that same 170 grain, it looks like 1,070 or 1,175.
So major difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1175 to 1760.
Like a 70% different, or like a 60% difference, a 60% greater potential.
Yeah, look at
Well,
the
that's just
357
60%
Magnum.
difference in speed.
And the pressure is the same.
Is a 40 cal is over 1,000.
Okay, let's go with 40 cal.
Well, no, I mean,
40
I have
cal
40
is not
cal.
a foul.
The
No,
40
no.
cal is 180 grain either.
Okay, with 170 grain, a 40 is 1056 is the fastest
That's hot.
in this book.
Yeah, he's talking same type of loading compared to the same type of loading.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're loading the 10 almost the same as they're loading the 40.
If you like that, link in
About
the side.
100
You can change it
about
from
100
2
pounds.
to 10
yeah.
millimeter, 45,
And-
44,
Yeah.
whatever you like in that ballistics by the inch. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
It's about basically in this loading in this Lee book, the 40 is about 100 feet per second slower than the.
The only thing I found
10
out about
mil.
that ballistics by the inch page is it lists a lot of manufacturer spec information, which is so far off often.
And you have to think all these reloader books, they always load everything kind of wimpy. I've noticed.
And they shoot it all to like 2 foot long barrels.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I've noticed that.
though, it's like they might, like their maximum loads they list might be kind of wimpy for safety purposes, but they're all wimpy to the same
Right.
degree you would have to imagine.
From what I'm understanding, this Lee book is about 20% under max. So if everything's 20% under max,
That's about what they all are, about 80% load.
yeah. So if you're taking that, and if you're taking a 41 Remington at 1,760 feet per second, and you up that by 20%, that's quite a bit. That's
50 AEs out of this 6-inch, out of a 6-inch barrel. These 50 AEs just off the shelf of the off-the-shelf Hornadies are 1475 at the barrel out of a 6-inch barrel.
Let's see, 50 AE in this book.
So that's booking. That's pretty much nearly
What's
1,500.
your green weight?
A 300 grain.
Yeah, the 300 grain, the fastest is 1358.
Yeah. So imagine now a 300 grain bullet moving at nearly 1,500 feet.
Does it have foot-pounds of energy listed?
Let's see. No.
It's actually, the pressure really isn't that much for this.
Right. I bet the website does. Let's see.
This loading only says 30,000 pounds of pressure
Hornady.
for that 50 AE.
AE. There we go. XTP. Not showing any. Well, let's see. It's got all kinds of fucking information on here that I don't want, but.
Figures.
Okay, velocity, foot percent over energy. Okay, at the muzzle. Okay, let's just do at 50 yards. At 50 yards, the velocity is 1250. The foot pounds is 1050.
So it has as much energy at 50 yards as a 10 mil has at the muzzle.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the end of that conversation.
However, a 10 millimeter is actually carryable. I don't know if I would say this gun is actually carryable.
I mean, you have as much muzzle velocity at 50 yards as a 10 does at the muzzle. It's like you don't need to carry it. You can just like strap it to the hood of your car. You can pick people off from way over there. You don't have to go over to them.
There's a video.
I'm just not sure how Demi Moore can dual wield these.
There's a video on YouTube of a guy shooting a USPSA match with a Desert Eagle. He went and shot an entire USPSA match with his Desert Eagle.
That's
Did he meet power factor?
Oh god. Yeah. I think he said in the
probably
video
had,
like his power factor was like 200. Like it was insane. Like what it was.
He probably had like powder puff loads, and they were barely rolling out the end of it, like a water hose that doesn't quite have enough pressure behind it. And it was
No, because he went. You can probably Google. You probably go on YouTube and search it.
You had to angle them like this so they actually
tell
reached
he-
all the way over the
they can
target
power
and then knocked them down anyways.
Yeah, it's like when
Feel like throwing a rock.
when Jerry, what's his name, shot the 50 cal in what 1 second? He fired 6 rounds or
Yes.
something.
Yeah,
5
6 rounds in a second.
Or was it 6? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can do that
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't.
on a bad day. On a bad day, I'm pretty sure I can do that.
All
I can
right.
make a video where I can make a video where it looks like I can do it.
And that's all that matters.
Yep.
That's
You
the
are
video
big
of that
enough.
guy shooting his
You are
Eagle
big
in a
enough.
match.
You could probably handle the recoil. And you need a pretty solid
Alright.
base to be
I'm
able to
watching
handle that.
I'm gonna watch it, Khalib.
Bob, you do know that Yankee is bigger than you, right?
Yeah, but he's like round.
You know, I always hear about like the key
Round.
division 3 gun, and you have to have like a 308 and a 45 ACP and 12 gauge pump action shotgun. I feel like a real Keyman division in 3 gun would be a 10 gauge shotgun. What are your opinions?
I say 8 or go home.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a 10 gauge pump action or semi-auto shotgun. It's like that's where the real men are.
Do they
Well, that's
even
what
make
I was saying,
a
an 8 gauge.
semi-auto? Yeah. Do they even make one?
I think I have actually seen a 10 gauge semi-auto duck gun.
Yeah.
Ouch.
See, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I like
Caleb,
10 gauge. I just
looking at this recoil, those cannot be full loads.
No, so did you see what I put in the internal? It's only 44 Magnum.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's still pretty awesome though.
Oh yeah, but I mean still.
I was like,
Powder puff loads.
But still, that 44.
I just finished watching that video. I bet that is the 44 mag version, and I bet they are hand loaded.
Yeah. But still, that's
Still
cool.
a lot of guns.
yeah. Wouldn't you have to
It's barely cycling the slide. If you watch how it's cycling the slide, it's barely cycling the slide.
Now, is that a single stack or is it?
Single. Yeah, it only holds 8 rounds total.
Okay. Well, that's all you need.
And they only give you 1 magazine, so I guess they figure you never ever have to reload. So
They only give you 1 magazine? That is so retarded.
Hey,
Like-
if you can afford the Desert Eagle in the first place, you can afford a couple more mags.
Well, then at that point, they should just tack on the extra, whatever, $40, $50, whatever, and throw another magazine in with it.
I'll buy the magazines when I can afford it.
How much are they?
Like $50.
Dear God. Is there an aftermarket mags for them?
Not that I know of.
Probably not a very big market for them, so.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have
True.
maybe one day there'll be a competition that's only Desert Eagles allowed.
Deagle. Oh.
Yeah, it's like Desert
match.
Eagles, M1 Garands, and 10 gauge pump action shotguns. That's the division.
No, just go 8 gauge.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, if you can find an 8 gauge pump action shotgun, yeah, I'd be all for it. But they just don't
That'd
make
be like the next division in 3-gun because they have heavy metal in
Oh, yeah.
3-gun, which is 308
If you-
and 45.
If you actually finish a stage, they just give you a trophy. You're like, you won. You're done.
Now, I think if you want really the heavy gauge, right, it ought to be something like a 4570 or 444 Marlin lever action that you have to fire
Not
for.
in
Bob,
3-gun.
right.
Bob, we're talking 3-gun, Bob.
All right, I just,
4570 lever action.
Okay, no.
50 AE.
I just weighed the thing without the magazine in it. Without the magazine in it, it's coming in at exactly 4.5 pounds.
Jeez.
So, like, what is that, 60 something? No, 58? 48?
That gun has to be so heavy that it has no recoil.
It keeps your
so
pin
heavy,
pan
it soaks
strong.
up all the recoil. Yeah.
Well, if Yankee says he doesn't think he could single-hand it, then I'd still say it's pretty decent recoil.
72 ounces of gun should be able to handle some recoil.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
and Yankee's got really thin wrists. If you've ever seen his videos, he's got really tiny little girl wrists.
5'2", got little frail features.
I really don't watch his wrists.
Oh,
very
yeah,
much.
I know. I don't really watch that many. I watched the one with his sister, though, because she's hot.
And you
Damn.
got a chance, Bob. She's dating an old man.
Really?
Well, he's not as old as you, for God's sakes. He's like 52, but still.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, tell her I'm going to be swinging by in the, in the fall next year, and tell her to keep her appointment calendar open. I mean, she's a good-looking woman.
I'm afraid that you would not be able to handle that ride, Bob.
Oh, for God's sakes, man! I'm from
She
Canada.
wouldn't-
I
she
wrestle
wouldn't want
grizzly
to
bears
handle
for
it.
fun.
You're from Canada. You don't know what wild is like.
Yeah, I do.
Wild
I
in
wrestle
Canada
grizzly
is-
bears for
Wild
fun.
in Canada is using a public restroom without one of those little people ring.
Wild in Canada is going outside your camp or going out of your tent and shooing the bears away from your dog food.
I'm just
It
thinking,
would
Bob,
be so much better if you said you were covered with honey at the time.
I'm just
No,
thinking
my
that
wife
Bob
doesn't
needs to
like
think
that
in like
'cause it really
rodeo
messes
rules.
up the sleeping
He just
bag.
needs to work 8 seconds at a time.
Not much of a decent. There's not much of a reset on this trigger, but I guess they don't figure you're going to be shooting from reset a lot.
Mm. What is that you're playing with?
His Desert Eagle.
Oh, you
What
actually
do you
I can only
think he's
turn
gonna
it off like
be
the
playing
past
with?
30 minutes. You know?
It's his new toy.
I didn't realize he was actually playing with it. I
Bob,
knew he had one, but
You know,
But
that's
I'm
just like
sad.
you buying a new Noriko. You're gonna be playing with it for 3 weeks.
you know what? The thing is that most of my local gun shops don't sell Norenkos. You have to order those online. Most of the local shit, it's like stuff like Desert Eagles and Smith & Wessons with 12-inch barrels. What the fuck does anybody want a 629 with 12-inch barrel for?
Bob, you'll order it and you'll
Think
have it
of
at your
all the
house like
velocity
for
you'll
4
get,
days. And then you'll be going
that
on
from-
for 3 weeks about how the Noriko is the best gun ever.
No. You know what? I really don't want. Well, I kind of want that Sig 226 clone, but just to have something to throw in a. I guess the the berry in the backyard kind of ultimate survival kit. That.
No, that's
Yeah.
that clone you're talking about. Do they still take the same mags as the original gun?
Yep.
I always kind of wondered about that.
Yeah, they take the same mags. They got a rail underneath the barrel and everything, and they're I think $330 now. Comes with 2 mags. And from everything I've read, they're identical. They work really well. The finishing's not nearly as nice as a Sig, but if the gun goes bang when you pull the trigger.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
Guns
Bob,
don't need to
if
be
you
pretty.
even believe that for a second, you would own a Glock by now.
What? I wouldn't own a fucking piece of plastic crap for nothing.
No, if it goes off every time you pull the trigger, if that's all that matters, then you would only own the Glocks.
No, because I don't like plastic guns. I just don't like them.
Oh,
I don't
so
think they
something
last.
else
I don't think
besides
they're.
it going off reliably matters. Okay. Okay.
You know what? My
Now we're
Blackhawk
getting-
goes off reliably. My Browning goes off reliably, and they're both made out of steel, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Like I say, I mean, as long as the gun
But-
goes off when you pull the trigger.
You know those.
And I want
Glocks
only a
always
piece of
go off.
plastic shit.
Hey, Glocks always fire when you pull the trigger on them.
Yeah, Bob. Under that logic, then you should get a flintlock little dueling pistol. It goes off every time.
You
It's
know,
all
Now,
there's
the
a-
only Glock I would
By
buy,
that logic, you should just
Unless it's
get a whole
raining.
bunch of-
the only buy is if I,
You only
like,
need
in-
one
in-
shot,
in the-
Bob. You're in Canada.
when there's polar bears and stuff, I'd probably buy one of those 9mm, or not 9mm, 10mm Glocks. Just because, yeah, it hasn't got the punch of a 44 Magnum, but it's got, a couple extra rounds.
Why don't you
And
just buy
it's a
44
Glock, so it'll
Magnum,
go off.
Bob?
No, I
Bears
don't.
don't roll in packs. You don't
Yeah.
need 10 rounds for bears.
Yeah, you do. You ever see a polar bear? They're the size of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, but you only shoot
And
them
you're
5 or
going to be
6
down
times,
at
and that
the
one's
border.
Mm.
You'll be down at the border with the States. You're never going to see a polar bear.
Well, no, my brother wants me to come work for him. We got to go work up. Where is it? Alert. They want to do they're doing more lighting on
It's
the
like a
airbase.
4-day travel by car. Then you can't take the car
you
anymore.
can't
Then
drive there. You have to fly
going
there,
with
for
the
God's sake.
dogs,
Do you know where
right?
Alert is? It's in the Arctic Circle. It's the furthest north community in the world.
You don't have to worry about polar bears. Where you're going to be living, Bob?
Oh, no, not where I'm
Me-
living.
me
No.
worrying
I
about-
still have to worry about cougars. Oh, they're bad around there. And, coyotes.
Oh,
well,
you weren't going
that's
to worry
what
about
9 mils
talking
for.
about getting one earlier tonight.
What? Cougars? Cougars would be an older
That's a
woman, and
picture,
in my
Bob, of
case, that would
cougars.
be, I'd have to go to the fucking retirement home.
My local
and
Christians are all mad
wheel
at
out in
me.
a chair.
My local Christians are all mad at me because I declined an invitation to our gun rally on the 8th.
You're not Christian either. You're Muslim, aren't you?
No, I just don't want to go to it because I'm not Muslim. I don't believe in any God whatsoever, so I can't be any religion. But
I thought you were Muslim. I put that on the questionnaire that they sent me.
I guess senility makes you think crazy things. But
No, I mean that
I
you're
don't believe in any religion. But
questionnaire I got sent
just
asked
didn't
what
go.
your religion
I go to
was,
their
and I
website
said Muslim.
have up for their. Could you shut the fuck up for 5 goddamn seconds? I go to their website for their rally, their Facebook page, and every other post is about the religious sermon shit that's going to be going on. So I'm not interested. And then they get all pissy because you're not interested.
Such is life. Okay, it's too quiet now. I have to start talking.
No, you don't. Not really.
I was going to say,
Everybody just turn Bob
I'll
down.
talk.
We don't have to hear him.
Halloween.
Check 1, 2.
I hear you. I can't understand Garen, though.
Silence is our enemy.
Silence from you, Bob, is golden.
All right, golden time.
Kind of like a Guten Tag.
is that what that means?
Dog.
Oh, that's Guten Tag is like, what, good morning and a good day?
Yeah.
Guten Abend is
Yep.
good night.
Maybe they're like, hey, good day. Today
I actually know more German than I do Spanish.
I know as much German as I do Spanish.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Uno, and that's it.
I also know as much Portuguese, French, Dutch, etc. as I do Spanish.
I know Guten Tag, Nine, and Gesundheit.
I know how to carry on a broken conversation in Spanish. Very basic. Like I need food,
Safety on.
Uno.
or where is the bathroom?
Uno.
What my name
Albania.
is, that kind of stuff.
It's odd. This is one of those guns you can cycle with the safety on. That's a nice feature. I like that.
So you can cycle it with the safety on? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can put the. I'll turn the safe. You can place the safety on where you can't pull a trigger, and then you can cycle the gun.
Yankee got a new airsoft gun, huh?
He hasn't even taken the tag off the trigger yet.
Mini Pearl.
I haven't done an unboxing video yet.
Oh, Krylon silver paint.
I guess I could take this off though, because the little tag fell off.
So how long do you think you'll actually keep that?
Oh, I'll probably keep this. I keep all my unique guns.
Yeah.
Like my 500, stuff like that. Things I can't replace or things that are too expensive to replace, I usually keep. Unless I get it and like it's absolutely a piece of garbage. Yeah.
And you might get out to the range and you might be fucking having malfunctions with it after the third round. You never know.
I gotta have this gun though if it works because, well, killer robots.
And baby velociraptors.
Yeah, well, I think full
No,
grown.
baby zombies from
Zombies. That don't be.
Nation.
I've got a video coming out where I talk about my threats I assume that I will be facing. And I talk about in how saying zombies is ridiculous and makes us sound stupid when the real threat is killer giraffes, ninja bears, and killer robots.
Man, I did see a camel fuck somebody up a couple of weeks back on Facebook. It was pretty nuts.
Oh, I see camels fuck people up more than once.
Elk rape is a pretty regular thing. Hunters get raped by elk all the time.
Yep. It's very common over in
elk.
You get fucked up by camels.
Yeah, camels kick sideways.
They grab you by it with their teeth and swing you all around and shit. That was the video I saw.
Oh,
yeah. That's why I think I've seen that one.
Most horses or any critters like that, usually they bite. That's one of their best defenses. Their kicks are kind of a secondary, knee-jerk type thing.
Yeah, we had a horse.
Camels kick sideways.
We had a horse once that grabbed my sister by the hair of the head and flung her about 10 feet.
Horses kick sideways too. I mean, anything that's got those kind of joints can kick sideways.
Yeah, I'm down with. They actually kick sideways to devastating effect.
Yeah, I used to shoe horses too. That's what I'm saying. They will kick you. They are so ridiculously accurate. They can choose your toes or your insteps if they want to step on you. They can choose to kick you in the stomach, the face, or the shoulder. And as far as biting, they can pick up a 200-pound man and throw him across the room 10, 15 feet, no trouble at all.
Oh yeah, one picked my sister up by the hair of the head when she's like 14 years old, threw her about 10 feet in the air and about 10 feet across the barn.
Yeah, I've only got nipped on the shoulder.
Okay.
My boss got picked up by the skin over his ribs and twisted around 360 and then thrown across the room.
I've had one grab me by the pants leg before and yank me the fuck off of him.
It just wanted to rape you.
No, it just wanted me the fuck off of him.
Yeah, they just bite up the back of my shirt, my shoulders and stuff all the time when I was working on their feet.
Dude, fuck horses, man.
When I was a kid, I've said this before in the chats, my horse was named after Dudley Do-Right's horse. Who knows what that name is?
Silver?
Oh.
That's the Lone Ranger's horse, you moron.
Oh. Flash?
It was Dynamite, right?
No, Dudley Do-Right's horse, and I named mine after Dudley Do-Right's horse because my horse was all white.
Snowflake.
Nope, Dudley Do-Right's horse's name is Horse.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I'm driving me crazy.
I'd have named it Dynamite.
Yeah, my horse was named Champ.
My horse was named nothing because I didn't have a horse.
I forget what my sister's horse's name was. It was something like Spirit or one of those kind of names.
My horse's name was Houdini.
Because he was always getting out of shit?
Oh, because he's a fucking asshole.
Oh.
My
Almost the
sister's
same
horse
thing, I guess.
was named Sonny, and it wasn't because he was really great.
Past your bedtime. It's 3 minutes past your bedtime. Go on.
It's not. I don't have to go to bed till I
And
want.
why in the hell was it named Sonny if it wasn't very bright?
I have no idea. He was dumb as a
sunny
bag of hell.
disposition.
Yeah. Well, no, he actually wasn't. He was a mean horse. He would, Like you'd be trying to like tighten the cinch, and he'd step on your foot, and then when you tried to push him off, he'd just like pivot. And so he'd just grind that one hoof on your foot, and I'd be like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" I mean, I punched him.
Oh, that's because it was you, Bob.
Oh no, he was just like that with everybody, and he used to bite too.
Sounds like he was a good judge of character.
No, my horse was fine. His, my sister's horse was just nasty. Of course, she used to do shit
That's
like
the horse I'm talking about.
Yeah, she used to do shit like, oh, you want to run my horse around the, the pasture for a bit, just to take some of the spunk out of him, because I want to go riding with my friend. And I'd be like, okay. And she'd have already saddled the horse, and I said, cinch tight? Oh yeah. I'd get about halfway around the field, and the saddle would roll off, and away I'd go into the dirt. But I mean, that's everyone's older sister, right? As they're just trying to kill their younger brothers.
Most specifically you, though, I think.
No, actually,
you never learned about kicking that football, did you?
What?
I always pull it out at the last second.
I played football.
Was it actual football or was it soccer, Bob?
No, it was football. Yeah. We're in the West, right? We're not really into soccer out here in the West. We're kind of like Americans, but politer and nicer, and we don't get to have guns.
Bullshit.
That's not true. Well, I get to have guns, but I mean, on those stupid rules. But we are politer. Well,
all the Canadians I've met are ornery, mean.
You know what? That's probably because they had to deal with you for 5 minutes before they actually got to say anything. Oh, wait.
That would be you.
Children, don't make me send you to room without dinner.
Yeah, the Canadians are some of the worst drivers, too. I guess they can't figure out what the difference between kilometers and mile per hour is. I seem to do kilometers on the highway.
1.6 kilometers per mile. Really easy.
They can't figure it out. Speed limit 65. They're doing 65 kilometers an hour. That's 65 miles an hour.
Don't mean to interrupt you girls, but I just got confirmation. My Midwest Rail's in Phoenix. It'll be here tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep.
What kind of rail did you get?
For my AK, my Pat pistol, it's the Midwest standard, not the crazy one. There's one that's like set for the little tiny micro dots, and it's got the removable key mod rails and stuff. I just got the standard one.
Nice.
I already got a flashlight and a pressure switch. I just gotta get a red dot, and I'll be all done with that kit until I get it SPR'd.
I think if I get bored tomorrow, I'm going to have to polish this Desert Eagle to a high polish.
Which means you'll be bored tomorrow, and that'll be high polished tomorrow.
Is it brushed?
It's brushed, yeah. I mean, the brushing's not bad on it. It doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean,
Mind holding it up again? Oh, there you go.
What caliber is that Yankee again? Is that 50?
58.
I'd call that a satin, dude. I'd call that a satin before I'd call it a brushed.
Yeah.
That's shiny.
That's kind of a ridiculous gun, though. What the hell are you going to use it for?
You're a ridiculous person. What are you good for?
All kinds of things.
I bet you that gun's more useful than Bob.
Well,
I don't know. I think
funny.
I can do plumbing, electrical, carpentry.
I think either one would scare off a bear really fast.
I like that. All that shit you did.
I know how to.
I like that Bob didn't even hesitate. He just started listing off shit that he's good at.
Yeah. He is very used to having to defend his existence, trust me.
Oh, come on. Fuck, you should be the one. You're a house husband.
We're going to scare Bob off.
What? No,
I have to say, though, I think I'd own one if I had the extra dough or if I was an actual collector or, you know.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Why not? I think I'd rather have like, if I was going to get them, I would get the 357 or the 44 first and then just build up the collection.
Yeah. One of the reasons I got it in the 50AE is because that's the only one available right now in the stainless steel. And two, it's kind of a compliment to my Smith & Wesson 500, my Smith & Wesson 460, and I don't have 50AE anything else. I've got 44 mags in it.
I will say this: if I win the lottery, I'll buy everybody in here except for Khalib and Yankee Deagle.
Dang.
Oh, really?
Well,
Hey, I'll hold you to that.
what do I get if I don't get a Desert Eagle?
I'll figure something else. So,
Why would you not buy Caleb? Oh wait, he's that. Never mind. I figured it out.
yeah, exactly.
Why? What?
You're too
Too
young.
young, baby.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do the 4473.
Oh, I can do a private transfer. DTD. Face to face.
But
I
not,
live in Wisconsin. You live in Georgia.
not in your state, so it'd have to go through an FFL, and you can't do
Yeah.
that.
Damn it. Never mind then.
Better hurry up and grow up.
Just buy me.
No, hang on. If it's a gift, can't someone else receive it for him and give it to him as a gift? If it's just
No, that's totally illegal. That's completely the definition of a straw purchase.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
I
but
think
it's
that's
gifting someone.
receiving
It's not
a gift,
paying for it.
bro.
If someone is gifting that gun to the
No, that is an illegal transfer of a firearm because you are receiving it as an intermediate party to transfer it to somebody else.
Yeah, with the intention to give away.
Yeah, that's a
Now,
definite.
you can get a gun with the intention of giving it away. You just can't get a gun because somebody else can't receive it. Whether it's because they're a felon or they're not there or they're somewhere else. You can't get a gun because
Well, they are
someone
not
else can't
20.
get it.
You guys are giving me flashbacks. I had a big blowout argument on Facebook this week about 594. So with 594, you have to do a background check, which requires an FFL to be involved to do a transfer, right? And I posed to everybody that now the kids that are 18 to 21 can't buy a private party firearm.
Can't. Yeah.
And they were trying to argue that you still could. And I'm like, you show me the FFL that's willing to do it, and I'll eat my words. But
Right.
they de facto blocked all kids from 18 to 21 in Washington from having handguns at this
They
point.
can't do it now. They cannot do a transfer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that sucks that they voted for something they don't even understand. Oh, wait,
That's all right.
that was the whole point of getting that thing passed because nobody knew what the hell it was.
The legal brief's
By the
been
way,
filed. There's already a push to take it out legislatively. It's going to go away. It's just a matter of how long.
It's kind of Bloomberg's in Oregon now trying to do the same fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, you guys are going to get
Nevada
it, too.
too. They filed it for Nevada already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to clarify something, it's I have to win the jackpot. I can't just win like $1 million and then buy everybody that.
If you win $1 million, you're still buying me.
Sure.
Now you're fucking reneging.
Yeah, I won $2. Now I got to buy everybody $1,700.
Hey, Wendell, I'd have been on here sooner if you were watching the Gun Channel's private messages or whatever. I was trying to get you to send me a Google Plus link so I could hop in from my cell phone instead of having to drag my computer around.
Me?
Yeah.
Ah, shit, I'm sorry.
Way to drop the ball. What the hell? You're fired.
Yeah, damn it.
No more hosting for
What is
you.
this, your first
How
chat?
much we're paying you, you're not
Your
getting
first
any of it.
hosting and you're already screwing up?
I had to go a whole 15 minutes without being in a hangout tonight. What the hell?
You're going through withdrawal.
Marines getting cranky, can't you tell?
Yeah, I'm just having fun with you.
Yeah, Bob, you're
Give him
like
some
15 minutes.
nicotine. He'll be all right.
Say what?
You're like 15 minutes late.
What?
With the night foos.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I still said it at least. That-
And when he watches it tomorrow, he'll know that you meant it, Bob.
See, Bob, I was going to say, hey, night when I saw him leave, I'm like, oh, man, he already left. He only gave us
Yeah.
like 2 minutes warning.
It's like
And I
he
felt bad.
entered that and left.
Yeah.
Hey, Yankee,
Yeah.
you actually finally put up a video that made me do a thumbs down tonight.
Which one?
Your little teaser where you're going to show it and didn't show it, I actually thumbs downed it. I was like, you son of a bitch, you didn't even show it.
Good.
I know that negatives count just as well as positives on the thing, so it wasn't that big a deal. But it is the only time I've ever actually done a thumbs down on one of your videos.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, really?
Dude, I got into a 2-day long conversation on your video about the can.
With me?
About the Kinects?
To the guy. No, I'm gonna explain to him. Like, he didn't seem to understand that it's not like a Glock. It's a single action. You don't. And I had to so I explained it in it took me 3 tries over 2 days. And
This is
finally I got
talking
through it, and he's like, "Oh, I get it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the problem. That's what's wrong with the thing.
Well, you know, you have to look at where he's from. He's from the Ozarks or Appalachians. Or
Wasn't
something like
talking
that, you know?
about
I'm not talking about
Yankee,
Yankee.
Bob.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Yankee.
No.
All right, sorry. I was just trying to make excuses for him.
Well, good job.
Yes, way to go to bat for him.
Anyway,
Well, he
So
really is from a disadvantaged area.
so do the rails on that Desert Eagle come off, or are they permanently
No,
attached?
permanently, they're part of it.
Yeah.
Were you actually showing it in the hangout and I missed it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Show it again, Yank.
Damn it.
Got it right here in my hand.
I said it either.
Would
That's
you
the only
prefer,
thing you have in your hand.
would you prefer
Okay,
it with or
that
without
that
the
is
rail?
a really badass looking gun. I got to give you that.
It's heavy as fuck.
Dude, those ports make that gun. Those
Like
ports.
even if you ran out of rounds, you could just beat them to death with it. That
The
is
ports and the full under rail is a really nice addition. I don't usually like them, but I really like that full rail underneath.
I'm guessing you might have a hard time finding an inside the waistband holster for that guy.
Well, I got an outside waistband holster for it, but because none of the other ones have the rail on the bottom, I had to stick the holster in the microwave for a little while and then shove the gun in it.
Make it
Would
fit.
you prefer it without the rails or with the rails?
No, I like it with the rails. It makes it real fucking. It's rough to handle though. If you got to like pick it up like this, it hurts. But
Yeah, but as a defense tool, I mean, if you had to beat something with that, that's just like serrations.
oh yeah.
Looks
all
like
that extra weight will help with the recoil. Muzzle.
Hey, you need to a nice guy to say that this rail is like serrations on the bottom.
Turn it into an AOW and put an extender in it.
Like
gotta remember that.
serrations on a flashlight.
like Yankee needs all the weight on a gun he can get because I mean, got pretty tiny little wrists.
That Desert Eagle needs you a good red dot on the top and a nice little bipod on that rail, so you can just get really, really.
5'2".
Yeah.
It's
You should have a
Yeah,
I like they
bipod on
did
that.
a red jacket and
Gotta
put a really ugly stick stock on there, and then
What?
Or no, you know what you could do is you could put a front hand grip on it.
Man, you guys, if you're gonna mount anything on the bottom of that gun, mount a bayonet. I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what you guys are
I'll
talking
make you a
about.
sweet
I-
bayonet for that thing.
yeah, red
there
jacket.
you go.
Yeah,
You
red
could
jacket
put
for
a
a
cape on the
woman.
front of that thing and you wouldn't even notice the extra weight.
Make them a stainless steel bayonet.
Ooh, put
Nice
a
little
key
mount.
mat. Put a master key on it.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool too. But make it a 20 gauge because you want it to kind of fit, right?
Yeah, I guess 12 gauge would be what.
First thing you need to put a sig brace on the Deagle.
Little 20 gauge double barrel or so, or double chambered shotgun on the bottom of that. That'd be cool.
Do
They
they
got
not let you have
ranges
12
real
gauges
well.
in Canada or something, Bob?
What?
I still think
I
that
like
like a
20.
Microtech or a Rob Pelton custom switchblade would be a good idea on the bottom. Really nice out the front switchblade.
Oh, that'd be
More
cool.
like a Glock knife or something.
Well, no, you just make something that looks kind of like a front hand grip, but when you push a button on the side, the bayonet shoots out.
Like a ballistic
You
knife.
can't have a
Yeah.
hand grip.
Well, not shoot
No,
out.
not a hand grip. I'm talking mounted like a light or something, just like a regular bayonet.
Oh, I know.
When you
Yeah,
push
you're
the
saying.
button.
I just
It
feeling
sticks
Bob.
out like a bayonet. I don't mean shoot out, and go flying. I mean just, like a switchblade bayonet that's made to look like a wooden handguard. Oh, that looks so badass.
Put a handguard on it, becomes an AOW. It's like a $5
Well,
You
it's
guys,
not really a
you
handguard.
guys got to
It's
tell me.
just- It's just some furniture that protects your hand from that rail. That's all it is. It's wood furniture to protect your
Yeah,
hand
see
from
how
the
the
rail.
ATF feels about that.
You guys got to tell me what's the new price, the good price for a brick of ammo now? Because I saw a 555 pack of Winchester white box, 22.
Nobody shoots 22 anymore.
Yeah, but
Let him finish. How much was it?
40,
And we all
40
shoot 9mm.
for a 555 pack, and I still think that you should be able to get it for under 28 if you can find it.
Yeah, it's 23 at the gun store here.
All right. So I
when
thought.
they're in stock here, they're right around 30.
Yeah, it's about 30 here, but then I'm in
I haven't even
Canada. We
stopped
pay
for
more for
22
everything.
ammo in like literally half a year because I've been shooting my competition 9mm and it's like just as cheap. Oh, it was just as cheap.
You'd be lucky to find a brick anywhere out here.
You're telling me you got your 9mm down to 10 cents a round?
Yep, 9 cents actually.
That's
Nice.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's because he's a brass hawk and
Now,
it steals everybody's
are you casting your own bullets, or is
Yeah,
that what
that's why.
teammates?
Yeah, if I went and cast my bullets, it'd be like 14 or 15 cents. I forget. I figured it up both ways. So yeah, the
Yeah,
bullet.
are you having to use any products to get leading out of your guns, or are you lubing them enough that you don't have a lot
No, I
of
don't
it?
use lube. God, I forgot you've been gone for so long, Luke. There's this thing called powder coating.
Oh, I did see the powder coating video, but I didn't realize I didn't put it all together. That you were part of that.
That
Because
was
I got referred to your powder coating when I watched Good Guy's powder coating video, but it didn't all
you
click.
got burned.
I was semi-aware that you're powder coating, but I didn't realize you were doing that.
Yeah, I was the one who got Chris into it.
Hey, Ballistic, you're the one that does the anodizing, right?
I've done it once or twice.
Powder coating
I
mostly.
got a friend that keeps asking about it. He wants to do knife clips or something. He's doing like stainless and titanium and so
Oh,
on.
titanium's really easy to do. I watched a lot of videos on it back whenever I was
Well,
doing it.
I'll just shoot him to your YouTube page, and if he has any questions, he can ask you. Because I don't know, I've never messed with it, so until I get into it, I'm not gonna know anything for it.
Just on the YouTube anodizing, there's tons of videos on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really simple.
Way better than.
Oh, I did, but he's got a bunch of like weird specific questions for someone who does it. And I just
Somebody who's already experienced it.
Yeah, I have like a small home set up that I still have the stuff to do it, but I haven't done it in months.
exactly what he has, but he wants to do something new or whatever. So, like I said, I'll just shoot him via YouTube.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You guys can, like, a couple of amateurs can brainstorm together and figure out. Maybe you'll find something really cool.
It literally doesn't cost
No,
much.
I mean that
Oh,
seriously.
dude, there's a
I'm not
huge business for pocket clips, custom knife pocket clips right now.
Yeah, the reason titanium is so cool is you can get your if you get one of the special, like I forget what they call like when I use my power source, I use a battery charger. But you can get like power sources that are made for anodizing, and you can just digitally set it to what voltage or whatever or ampage you want, and it'll like make it a certain color based on how much power you're putting through it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know a lot of guys who use that on their cars and shit like that, like powder coating big on cars. And yeah, people are doing the whole frames and stuff now. It's just like,
yeah,
the shit lasts forever.
Well, it does until you put something hard to it.
Well, until you crack it, yeah, until you crack the finish. But I mean, as long as the finish is still on it, it is impregnable.
That's pretty tough. Definitely better than epoxy paint.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've seen it on car headers, and they were still basically the same color like 2 years later. And you do anything that's got epoxy paint or anything, after a month, they're just like rust colored.
Even more so than in the gun world, dealing with knives, finish is a super, super, super big topic. It's a very important thing. And finishes, I have still yet my entire life to see a coating that goes on a blade that will last any amount of time at all. As soon as you start cutting it, starts wearing off. The best thing I've ever found for steels is any kind of treatment. The best comparison I can think of, especially for gun guys, is Glock's Tenifer. Something that goes underneath the actual surface that soaks into the pores of the metal and treats the undersurface, so that even if you scratch it or gouge it, it's still protected. The only thing I found so far that does that is acid etching and oil impregnating.
Unless you do a titanium nitride or boron nitride or something.
Yeah, even those though. I mean, eventually those wear.
Eventually will wear, but it's gonna be a long time.
Anyone here that hasn't watched my roast video, go to it and thumb it down. You don't have to watch it; just thumb it down.
Your new video?
Because it did have a huge lead for thumbs downs. It was like 180 to 25 or something like that. Now it's almost even.
For what
video? The one that he just put out, where he alludes that he's going to show off the new gun and doesn't show it off.
Oh. I have to go look at one of his videos?
You don't even have to watch it. Just bring it up long enough to thumbs down.
Just bring it up and thumb it down? Oh, okay, that's cool.
It had like a massively heavy lean towards thumbs down, but in the last hour it's caught up to where it's like almost even now. Close.
Yes, people felt sorry for you getting so many thumbs down, I'm guessing.
And that's probably what it is. It's loyal fans that have
When
felt...
when I did my thumbs down, it was 47 thumbs down to 20 some odd thumbs up.
Yeah, and the thumbs down ran away with it there for a while. They got up to like 150, and it was still like in the 50s for thumbs up. And then I was like, oh man, like 75% thumbs down. And then now it's fucking catching up. I'm like, God damn it.
Just wait till the new wave of people see it tomorrow. There'll be plenty more thumbs down.
Ooh, Wrangler Star's got a new video.
Damn it, I really want a drum mag.
I don't watch all of Wrangler Star's videos, but I've been loosely keeping track of him. He's got some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, they're
He
writing.
does. I
They're
mean,
writing a
I
book.
really, really respect the man. I mean, he's
I think
a
it'd be
good.
fun to go out and do one of those, visit days where everybody comes out and hangs out and works on the property or
Wrangler
whatever.
Star is doing a video, or sorry, he's doing a book. Him and his wife are writing a book.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, I
man.
thought he was going to kill himself when he did that one where he topped that tree in the neighbor's yard. He still had too much top on that tree when he topped it.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, my dad used to be worked for the telephones, right? So he had the climbing spikes and everything. So everybody in the neighborhood would get him to come and help cut down trees because he had the climbing spikes. Well, of course, my dad was a mechanic. He didn't actually do a lot of pole climbing.
He wasn't a logger.
Yeah. But he'd go and like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I still have those climbing spikes somewhere. I don't know where the hell they are though.
Yeah, I thought I
Find them
might have to climb wood poles, but my boss said that they didn't want me climbing wood poles, so now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Only climbing towers.
Yeah, and actually, the climbing the towers, I remember doing that as a kid, and I just thought it was the greatest fun ever, eh? Because when we were camping in the summer, my dad would be working up north where all the microwave towers were, right? Because it's before satellites.
That explains a lot.
But anyway, my dad, which I'm sure was against all the rules, would allow me to climb the towers. Like he had no reason to, so he didn't. But he had the keys that would open it so you could climb the tower. So he just let me and my sister climb up to the top of these microwave towers on top of these, like, the highest point in that area. And
He was probably hoping you'd fall off so he didn't have to deal with you.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Well, let's go to Canada. That is
you can't get away with shit like that anymore. You gotta have fall
no, you go to jail if you let your children do that nowadays. But I mean, this was at the same time that we used to be able to ride in the top bunk of the camper while they were driving down the road. Just looking out the windows, watching traffic go by, ready to be a projectile if we hit anything.
Yeah.
Those were the days, man.
Why didn't he hit anything? That's a shame.
Oh, you know what? I would have survived. I've had so many
much love
horrific
for you,
accidents that killed more normal people, and I've just walked away.
Come on, we're all
explains a lot.
waiting for him to die in one of these
No,
casts.
it's that, you know what they say, when you're drunk, the accident doesn't hurt you as much.
You know what? In a lot of cases, that was true.
Right? I mean, I've fallen down a couple flights of stairs sober, and I've fallen down a couple flights of stairs drunk, and there's a difference.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've dumped my motorcycle, and I've flown, I don't know, half a block and piled into a road with no helmet on, tumbled, watched the motorcycle go screaming by me in a shower of sparks. And, got up and I had a cut in my eyebrow, but other than that, it was fine. Went to a party. Had some, bits of meat on my hands because I wore my gloves through, so had some
It's
bits
not
of
that
meat
he
on my
wasn't
hands, but,
hurt
nothing serious.
from the accident. It's just that he didn't feel how broken his ankle was.
No,
He
no,
just went to the party anyway.
We're not supposed to talk about that brain damage thing that's happened, so don't mention that.
Yeah, no. I didn't.
It's not his fault he can't talk out of the left side of his
Didn't
face.
break a bone. Wasn't dizzy. I had one time I flipped my motorcycle end over end, and I smacked my head on the ground really hard. Like my buddy who was riding by at the same time because we were having a wheelie contest. It was long.
That's how it started.
But yeah, he rode by. He said he saw me do this somersault, hit the ground, and my head hit the asphalt and just go bounce. And man, I heard bells for the next week. I could just hear this ringing in my head. It was bizarre.
He was also bleeding out of his ears, but he also attributed that to the beer.
No, I actually didn't bleed out of my ears or anything. I just had this ringing. It was really weird. Yeah. I went to the party and yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, Bob.
Oh yeah. No, I've actually been tested later and stuff like that. And yeah, I haven't broken no fractures in my skull
You've
or
been
anything. It was
tested
just-
and they let you out of the hospital.
People are
Oh,
going
hell
to
yeah.
my response to your comment, Huck.
Okay, you commented.
All right.
They're going to get mad at me for it, but I thought I'd do it anyway.
I was just kidding. I wasn't subbed anyway.
Are you not sub to Yankee? I am, just because like sometimes he wears women's underwear and it's.
Hey,
Yeah, there's a
Wendell.
couple guys in here I was subbed to before I started joining.
Oh.
Wendell.
He just said boo, unsubbed, and I said, fuck you inbred gypsy homo.
Nice.
Hey,
Straight
Wendell.
up, man.
But then I added P.S.
What?
Can't wait to see my new knife, hugs and kisses.
Oh.
Send me an invite through Google Plus, and I'm gonna hop onto my phone. I'm about tired of this computer crashing bullshit.
All right, I'll try.
You know how to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just go into the invite people in or whatever, and just send one through Google Plus. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you.
This actually is a pretty sweet knife.
Which knife?
Yankees.
Oh.
Very sharp.
This is interesting. I have a piece of brass with a head stamp marked pro grade. I've never heard of that before.
Well, obviously you're not a pro.
I know, right? Pro grade 9mm. Well, if it's so pro, how come it didn't chamber my gun? That's
Your
always
gun's not a pro.
That's actually one of the rejects. I just got done chamber checking or case checking. You know, whatever you call it, case gauging all the rounds. And that one was one of them didn't chamber.
You gotta make another dummy round for me this time to get it to me.
Hey, that wasn't my fault. It was USPS that dropped the ball.
Well, I know with that they shut down the whole place because they found one dead round. Probably jammed up the machinery and called a bomb squad.
I wonder if they did. I don't know. They probably went to like a trash bin. They probably don't even check it. Probably go straight to the dump.
They probably check. They probably look for the fingerprints and checking you out.
Good. Let them come. I got plenty of ammo. No, they wouldn't do anything about it. I was just like, "There's a little trinket I made." That's all. That's really all it was, anyways. Like,
I
yeah,
know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
a little bit of brass, a little bit of lead. What's wrong with sending that to the mail?
Nothing. Cool. No gunpowder.
Yeah.
I may know
That was
someone
funny.
who's been live rounds.
I got my shipment of gunpowder the other day, and like it's my first time ever getting anything hazmat like that. And I was expecting it to be packaged like different somehow, like maybe special. But all it was a cardboard box with the powder in it, and then the company that mailed it used shredded paper like from a shredder, and they put like 2 handfuls in it. That was it.
And then they put stickers on the outside the box, explosives.
I'm like,
So
so
can I
Hmm?
get an audio check? Is my audio working?
yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much, I paid $28 just for the mail carrier to carry it because they're a bunch of. Just, I guess they want to cover their butts.
Luke, did that work?
Hazmat
Yeah, it
fee.
worked. Thank
All right,
you.
good deal.
The only thing now is it's going to be, I have to pay more attention when I go to mute because the mute and the hang up are right next to each other on the stem thing. You have some fun with it. I wonder if you can do screen share on this. Yankee Bill.
I was gonna say apparently this chat isn't classy enough for Yankee anymore.
Got my swag pack from G-Webs finally. Very exciting. Awesome stuff in there. Thanks, G-Webs, if you're listening.
Oops, sorry.
Nice. I got my swag pack from repealgunlaws.com. That was cool.
Man, I did a donation up front on that, and I didn't even get a swag pack.
You'll get patches when we get it all worked out.
That Wolverine patch or sticker is cool.
That's going on my Jeep.
Dude, I like that. I don't know if it's a sticker or just a piece of paper that says "Overkill never fails." That's awesome.
That's Wilderness Outfitters refrigerator magnet
That's it. Awesome.
from the Wilderness store. I think, if I remember right, they were one of the very original guys that started producing the belts, the tactical belts. But,
Yeah, and that Overkill never fails as a magnet, if I remember correctly.
What?
That Overkill never fails. Isn't that a magnet?
Yeah, that's a refrigerator magnet. I bought the little BBC ammunition patches.
I'm trying to figure out if there's any cool little things on here. Not much.
Yeah, what I got to Luke was a free T-shirt because Tony ordered 4X and they weren't quite big enough for him, so he sent one to me, and then the trial patches, which were he actually did a whole order and they forgot to put Velcro on them, and some of the stitching is bad on some of them. So.
All right.
So he's actually doing a new
I was just
order.
funning you. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, he's doing a new order with Velcro.
I actually plan on doing one of the hangouts with them or whatever, but I keep missing the invites.
It's Saturday. It would be 6 o'clock your time. You have to go to repealgunlaws.com and the link will be there about 15 minutes before the chat starts. So,
Yeah, I pretty much guarantee I won't be there this week because I'm traveling in Saturday night, and my wife would be beyond hostile that of the basically one day I'm home that I was on a hangout.
Yep, that's how it works. Just that the link's always posted on repealgunlaws.com.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
I still need to join that website.
So you like gun laws?
No, I don't. I just haven't showed my online internet support of that particular website yet. Notice I said yet, as in I plan to. I just haven't got around to it yet. Leave me alone. Hey, I can boot you off of this chat. I mean, I'm not going to, but I could.
I know.
You have the official BAM hammer.
Hey, I will rule this chat with an Iron Band hammer.
With
It's
an
like
Iron
a
Maiden
warhammer that it's like the warhammer that Quark has, except it's less real. I guess.
You're gonna rule it with the monkey fist?
Yeah, with the monkey fist, the iron-centered monkey fist.
It's been so long since I destroyed anything with that warhammer.
So, Chris, have you been to any more of those auctions and bought more guns that I really wished I would have gotten because I was there?
Another unfired 1903 Springfield, and a M94 Swedish Mauser, and all matching, all correct, and very, very good condition.
You probably stole it for price, I'm betting.
The Springfield, yeah. The Mauser I had to pay a little bit for, but I still came out ahead. I still paid like $500 or $600 less than I would have on Gunbroker.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good buyer's discount.
Yeah, we'll see about this. There's another one coming up, but I might have to. I spent my whole allowance for the for quite a while. I might have to sit these next few out.
Well, I was gonna say, might have to sell my car. And...
Maybe we're working this wrong. Maybe I need to pay you a buyer's premium to be a surrogate bidder for me.
Well, you never know.
I might end up in a divorce, but it could be fun.
Don't send her my way, all right? I'm not gonna vouch for you. I don't know who that guy is.
He just sends me money to buy guns. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't want to get my ass kicked by a Marine wife.
Anyhow.
I think I stuck some pictures of them on gun channels if you go in there and want to look.
Oh, on the main chat board?
Yeah.
I have to go do that. I don't really follow the main chat board very much, but I should.
I see how it is.
I'm not signed in
Nothing
on the
personal.
main page, but I'm signed in on the chat, so I haven't signed back in yet.
I finally got it to remember both of my passwords so it auto logs in, so I don't have to log in twice anymore. That's really nice. I mean, I still sign in twice, but all I have to do is click the sign in button. I don't have to manually enter my name and password. Yeah.
Can't remember if I talked about this or not, but numbers are up by the DOJ here in the state, and we gained 40,000 concealed carriers in 2014. We're up to 243,000 concealed carriers in a state of roughly 6 million.
Mm-hmm. You're moving along.
I think we're going up to 6 million. Might be even higher than that now. But
Yeah, we're up to 500,000, and 25% of them are women. I only know that because I saw it on a post just the other day in a recent article. But
that's nice. I wish more women would arm themselves.
mm-hmm. Well, they're going to be the growing driving force that'll help us fight for our gun rights as we go down the road. So we want to encourage it as much as possible.
Yeah, if people quit throwing hissy fits about stuff like the Taurus curve, then it'll happen a lot easier.
Yeah.
That's like the #1 complaint is it's really hard to carry a gun around comfortably.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't weighed in on the Taurus curve, but I haven't put one in my greedy little paws to have a definite opinion of it.
I looked at the Illinois stats, and I wish Dana was here, but the Illinois stats, their robberies are down, I think, 20, robberies are down 20%, car robberies, in other words, carjackings are down 26% since they got the concealed carry.
Yeah, in USCCA they had an article, and the one that I'm reading now, I don't know which month it was because I got a pile of them that I'm catching up on, but they had a thing that covered stats on all the different states and how much their crime has gone down as the gun ownership and concealed carry has gone up. It's a pretty neat article.
I think those are good stats for, all the state of Illinois, not just Chicago, but Illinois. Their crime rates are the lowest in 56 years.
Yeah. I saw an article the other day, or no, it was a video, and the guy said if you took out New York, California, all the high anti-gun states where the crime is high because they don't have guns, that we on the ranking of countries for gun crime per capita, we'd be at like 250 if we didn't have those couple of states dragging us down.
Yep.
Most
states have in common.
standards.
Yeah, they have high poverty rates as well. So.
Yep. Oh, exactly, and I think that is the biggest problem with the crime rate is the poverty.
You think?
If people don't have any other choice, then they're going to turn to crime.
No, Bob's totally right. There's a ridiculous correlation between poverty and just violent crime in general.
Yeah, I mean, people are just desperate.
Poverty and anything bad usually run hand in hand. Not just crime.
No, true.
The rise of
everything bad in this country has been illegalized in one way or another. So I mean.
Yeah, but not just in this country, around the world. Any major dictator.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Any basically, I don't know if you want to call it Antichrist or whatever, that's raised their ugly head has always come from an impoverished country, whether it's Germany or Southeast Asia or throughout the Mideast.
Yeah. So I mean, really,
what about Hawaii?
If we want to save ourselves, what we should be doing is promoting people, helping people who are dirt poor, right? Instead of
Yankees
building...
being a copycat, only he went to the gym to this one.
Really? Is that what that is? A Yankee at the gym?
Yep.
Somebody
You got to
wanna do
build
that?
up that muscle, those muscles. You got to lift that beetle up.
Yeah. Of course, right. Gotta work on his eagle lifting muscles.
How come I can't mute him?
Because his message is too strong, Bob.
Oh. No, I don't.
He's using the force.
There it is. No, no, I can't mute him. I can get ignored or profile, but I can't mute him. Damn it. Oh, somebody else did. Thank you.
He did it himself.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Well, then never mind, you fat bastard.
By the way, Yankee's the new bobblehead.
Yankees the new what?
Bobblehead. It's no longer a DB.
Who's sorting their aluminum cans?
Bob knocked over his leaning tower from tonight.
All over.
I did. I went to put a can on top of the pile and it all fell over.
Bob, that's how you know you're too drunk. When you can't stack your cans up anymore, you need to quit adding
Well, it
more.
was 4 high, man, and they start to get a little wobbly after 3.
That's the point, Bob.
It's been there for a month. It was kind of looking like a castle. I kind of liked it.
I don't buy that it took a month to get that stacked that high.
Dang, that's one beast to a blade hook.
What? Huck's got a
Hold
new
on.
toy? Let me see.
Yeah, I can lock in on him. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, that is a neat folder.
Oh, I've been locked on him since he held up.
Yeah,
but
I didn't
you had a crush on him since you met him.
I didn't realize it until it was returned to me, but my cold steel. Oh God, what was that? What's that big cold steel knife that I have? The
Spartan.
monster one. The Spartan. Yeah, I'd left it in my last rig when I turned it in, and one of the other inspectors that got issued the rig was like, "You left this big ass knife in the vehicle when you turned it in." It's like, what? And then he brought it in, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is a big knife."
0.
My pocket knife.
Oh,
I just have big pockets.
Quit showing off that expensive knife lock.
It wasn't expensive. I got a really good deal on it.
I like everything about it except for the
serrations.
Whatever you call the serrations down at the bottom of the blade.
Yeah, I don't mind the serrations. I don't like the color.
Every time I've tried to cut rope or anything like that with those, it just hangs up on it. It just sucks.
You might be using cheap ones.
Yeah, actually, a good one. I've had good ones, and they go through rope like nothing.
Yeah, these are razor sharp. They're actually meant for cutting rope and cord and stuff. And,
I have a special sharpener where I can sharpen those things. It has a, sort of a little tapered round file on it with the diamond. Shit.
They're actually, most of them are designed to be sharpened on a stone, but it really makes them last a lot longer if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
This one's kind of fancy too. I just got this in a trade, trying to figure out what to do with it.
Ooh.
Box cutlery.
Nice, man.
Very, very pretty micarta on this one.
Yeah. Hey, you ever do grips, like for guns?
Yeah. Yeah, I made quite a few sets of grips.
I'm waiting for him to get his FFL so I can send him my Bauer.
I'm just kind of thinking. My daughter's got an Onx.
If I just sent you the Bauer grip panels, do you think you could work with them?
Probably, yeah.
Maybe that's what I had to do. I mean, the thing's just sitting in the safe.
I'd have to look at them. I mean, I can like drill a little hole and inlay just into the wood.
Well, I have those cheapo perlite things or whatever, so you're going to be making total replacements. But you'd have the shape and the pinning points.
They're 1911 style, like flat, little thin flat grips, right? They don't wrap around or anything.
No wraparounds. Right now they have an abrupt edge. Right now it's just like a 1/8 inch slab with the screw hole to pin them on.
Oh, that's nice.
Doing a Mason's Guild knife. This one's almost finished up.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Is that G for gun channels?
Yeah, it's Mason's Guild.
Oh yeah, or that I guess.
The G for gun channels.
If I sent you my Blackhawk grips and a nice piece of walnut or something, you could recreate them make them a little bit bigger where I want them and nicer?
No, I don't. I don't actually make grips.
Come on.
I inlay stuff and I customize stuff. I can checker stuff and I can do like I can cut out a section of a set of wood grips and inlay it. I can make grips for certain types of things, but it's mostly stuff that I do is like flat panel stuff. So
Well, these are almost flat panels, right?
I have
Like,
no machine. I have no mills. I have no.
Oh, no, this would all be Dremel work. I was looking at it already and going, I could do all this with a Dremel.
Yeah.
You know, make new ones, but I don't have, well, number one, I don't have any talent at that.
You don't say.
No, I mean, I've tried to do woodworking, like the fine carving stuff, and I can't do that. I can do finished carpentry, not a problem.
I've got one of those scroll saws or whatever. Maybe I can get the panels roughed in or whatever, and then send them to you for the.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. And if not, there's lots of other ways to come up with grips. I mean, I can either make the bases out of brass or do some kind of, like I said, inlay work with an existing grip, or cut away an existing grip.
A brass outline, and then just fill the middle in with walnut.
I linked a free documentary.
Crap, that looks nice, Huck.
For any of you guys that have a couple hours to burn, I linked a documentary on the side chat that is free to watch for only the next 2 or 3 days. So.
Really? What was that on again?
PBS.
I know it was on PBS, but what was the topic?
Oh, the last days in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you put that on Facebook or something?
Yeah. I can't watch it where I live.
I guess I'll have to check it out.
In my area, apparently.
It's worth it.
I'm gonna go to the main homepage and see the pictures of your guns, and then I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I'll actually watch it on my real television. I hate watching television on my computer monitor. Even though it's HD, it just drives me crazy.
But I was just thinking, like, if I can take and cut some slabs of onyx horn, it's a African, some kind of deer, African deer. My daughter's got a horn, so I was thinking if I cut a couple slabs off and send him to Hawk, he would make them into grips that fit my Blackhawk.
Quite possibly.
That would be cool. I'd send you, like, extra horn. All I gotta do is, like, convince my daughter to give it to me.
She hates you, so why would she give it to you?
Well,
I've also got quite a bit of horn laying around here. I got a big old Tupperware full of antler and stab and stuff.
Well, I'm just thinking, if I sent you the original grips, the plastic grips that are on it, can you replicate them out of horn?
Maybe. I'd have to see the grips and stuff.
Oh, they're pretty much flat. They're a little more curved than a 1911, right? They're a little more. Well, here, where's my camera?
Your camera is behind the piece of tape.
Yeah, I know. Just gotta. There we go. Okay, here.
Chris, if you put that up on the main page or whatever, it's way back there. I'm already into the 7th view more or whatever, and I haven't found it yet.
So,
what are you talking about, Marine?
You said you thought you might put pictures up of those rifles.
So really, they're just plastic plates. I mean, they come off. There's one screw goes through one and into the other, and they're just plastic plates cover up the lock mechanism and stuff. So, I mean,
let me see the back strap. Let me see the back strap. Are they wrap around?
There's nothing on the back. It's just metal. Same as the front. The only thing I would want, if it was possible, is put a little more of a swell on the bottom, because right now I've only got a half a little finger on the bottom grip, so it's just the grips are a little bit short. So
So it's a Red Hawk or a Black Hawk?
Black Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. New model improved, or new model Black Hawk 357 cal, blah 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 blah, and comes with a spare cylinder, which is so freaking cool. I mean, if you can shoot 9mm, you can find that ammo everywhere.
Yep, I found one of them.
You find?
Here, I'm gonna throw a link. Here's a link on the side.
On the side doesn't work because I'm on my phone, but I found the Grand Man one.
Here, Bob, look at those.
Was that just another Grand like it, or is this the Grand?
Say again?
The picture said Grand Man. Grand Man.
Oh, that's somebody. I don't know. Yeah, it's not me. That's one of our. That's Grandman's one of the guys in Gun Channels.
Okay. It was right underneath your name, so I thought it was something you put up.
No, that's somebody liking it or something.
Well, can you post it on the main page on Gun Channels? Because I got that open on the laptop.
Oh, Huck, yeah.
I put a link to my thing on the side of the chat here. Oh, you're on your phone on the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Good lord. Make me
Put it
work.
up on PM on Gun Channels. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll figure something out. Yeah.
Yeah, those two. I don't want to buy someone from. I don't want to buy anything from just anyone. I want a.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Bob. Is I could order them and then customize them once they get here.
There we go.
Oh.
Hold on a second.
I pointed to you to those whole grips a while ago.
Well, yeah, but he's talking about customizing. Now, just hold on a second.
No wonder I
Look at
didn't
another
find
picture.
it. I was looking under the main page post, not at your album on Gun Channels.
Yeah, so buy it now. Where do I find out how much the? What do I bid on it?
You don't. Just hold on for a minute.
Okay.
I like those rosewood.
You would pay me in PayPal or whatever, and then I would bid on it and get it shipped to me, and then ship them to you once they're.
And you could do like little biker Bob faces in the grips, right?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Just let me look through some pictures and find an example.
Biker Bob face?
Man, that laugh will peel the paint off a house. I
I
swear
am
to
not
God.
kidding, man. I'm gonna do a T-shirt. I'm gonna get my the one my daughter did me. I'm gonna
So,
get that.
Chris, you gonna offer these up to a museum or something?
Thought about
When is
that
it?
actually, but I'm a little worried now with all that shit coming down in Oregon that if I did, I'd just have to go back and get them here in a couple months. So. But
Those are nice looking rifles.
I'm thinking about it because I can't shoot them, and so I might as well. I know the Evergreen Aviation Museum's got a gun display, and it's pretty sparse, so they could use all the help they could get.
What are you talking about? What kind of guns you got? Sorry, I don't see it in the internal chat.
We're sorry. We're having it. He's talking about my 1903s.
Oh, okay. I'm turning them. Yeah, I mean, my brother has a whole bunch of guns that when he dies, they can't go to anyone else because he was grandfathered into these, so a bunch of short-barreled Colts and Smith & Wessons and all kinds of Walthers and stuff like that because he was really into these little tiny guns. And basically, when he dies, they just get put into a grinder and destroyed unless he leaves them to a museum. But he's got to find a museum that will take them. And museums go, well, it's just a bunch of like.
Here, Bob, look at that very bottom link there. I just put in. That's a set of mini grips, but I can drill any shaped hole or cut any shaped hole into the wood and then inlay that with whatever you want. That one's like turquoise and silver, so.
Yeah. I like silver. I've always liked silver. I think it's one of the nicest metals.
Yeah, I can also do, I'm just saying, like I can do any other color stone around it, or, I could just inlay it with wood around it so it has a similar colored wood around it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think that's what we'll probably have to do, yeah. Because I want something.
So G-Webs is obviously listening.
Yeah.
So he can get you a link to the museum, but the rifles are on his wall photos within Gun Channels under VFR Street Fighters album.
G-Webs has seen them.
Okay.
But website doesn't really tell you anything about the weapon.
Mhm.
They just talk about the planes, but there's a
Right.
whole like upstairs part where they have a bunch
Mhm.
of weapons from throughout history.
Yep.
That's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, no, there's firearms collection right there. But it
Yeah.
doesn't tell you anything about the firearms collection. It's a shitty. It's a kind of a shitty web page, to be honest with you.
Well, I know like there's museums in my old hometown. There's a air training museum, and you walk in there and just go, oh my god, because there's all these like incredibly rare airplanes parked in this big giant hangar that are just sitting there because these guys have them, and they maintain them and they fly some of them, and it's like a Hurricane fighter.
Now they still have the Spruce Goose there, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They have a bunch of. I mean, it's still the same stuff they've always had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they've added any more or less to it.
Now, are they still on the border of closing down? Because I heard that they were close to closing down at one point.
It seems like that happens every couple of years. They get scared, and then
When
everything's
people
fine.
donate money. Yeah.
It's
I need to take the
museums
family
like
out
that
there
are-
at some point.
Yeah. Oh, you better before they close. If they do close down, it's
Mhm.
gonna be a shame because they have an SR-71.
Mm-hmm.
They have just about every flavor of MiG that ever flew,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
minus the modern stuff. They have, like I said, they have not a big, but they have kind of a cool firearms collection.
Mm-hmm.
They have everything. It's amazing. And that it's just worth going to see that SR-71.
Yeah, and the Blackbird is just an incredible piece of technology.
The Spruce Goose is cool, but
Well, it's
Only
old.
for a minute.
the coolest thing about it is just the size. I mean, it's
Mhm.
so damn big, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I swear to
and
God,
it
the
was
tail
made
of that
out of
thing
wood.
from the ground to the top of the tail is probably, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 stories.
Yeah, and it was made out of wood.
So I don't know if I've told the story on here before, but I was on the Columbia River sturgeon fishing when they brought the Spruce Goose up on a barge
Yeah, then you see
from
it.
California or whatever.
Really?
And that was the biggest fucking barge I've ever seen in the Columbia, and that thing was rolling like 6 to 7 foot wake waves off of it. We were on a short anchor. We had to pull up anchor to make sure we didn't capsize when it come through. It was something else.
Jesus,
But yeah.
that's crazy. Well, that's
Yeah,
an
that thing
amazing
was
airplane.
towering up there.
It's those are all the places I want to go see. My parents went and got after my parents retired. They went to every state. Where did they didn't go to Alaska, but they did go to Yellowknife, Whitehorse, and everywhere in Canada. I don't know why they didn't go to Alaska. Never asked, but and never went to Montreal when they were retired. My dad had been stationed there in World War II, and he would not go back. They drove
That's funny.
around it. Yeah, they drove
Do you
around
have
it to go see the rest of Canada.
Geoab's replied to my thing about him talking. It says, "I am not listening." Certainly not.
Don't tell Geobs what to listen to.
I should actually. If he's not listening, I guess I can't tell him that Gun Geek was just bashing. His
He was bashing the AKs.
Yeah, those two I don't know. They don't like each other. I don't get why. I mean, Gun Geek's a nice guy. He's from the East Coast, but you can't fault the guy.
He's
for
over
where
by
he's
all those
born.
French Canadians, so he can't be all that good.
Well, no, he's on the other side of them, right? And he's nowhere near French Canadian. I mean, the East Coasters, some of them, they're so anti-French. It's not even. Well, it's actually kind of amusing.
They're pretty prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to be if you live that close to them.
Uh-huh.
It just makes you more prone to thinking they're awful people, and I'm sure they're not. I mean, it's
I know. I met a couple of them, and they weren't very nice people.
Yeah, they just seem to think that they can just talk to other people like shit, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird.
Yeah. It's sort of like if you're not French Canadian, you aren't shit. That attitude.
Well, I don't even know if it's that. They probably treat each other that way. I think it's just that
Could be.
It's like that with the French too. Why you?
Well, yeah, we've all heard that about the French too, but yeah, you hear about the French women and go, ooh.
That's a good point to drop out. All right, I gotta call it. I got to work in the morning. It's fun.
All right, man, you take
Been
it
fun
easy.
hanging out.
Talking to you again.
Later, Marine.
Who knows? I might even make it on again tomorrow night. That might be 4 nights in a row. The world's gonna come to an end. Just get ready for it.
Yeah,
Later,
I'm picking back up on the chats too. I don't know why, but
All right.
all right. Talk to you.
Good night,
man.
all.
All right.
Like everybody's leaving.
Well, I don't think everybody's leaving, but if somebody else wants to host up another chat, I'd be fine with it.
Does that mean you're getting tired?
Means I have class and, well, I have class tomorrow morning. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, 12 tomorrow? You could sleep
No,
in
I have
then.
class before noon tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Before noon, and it's what? Well, it's about midnight here. What is it there?
It's midnight here, too. I'm telling you, I just live straight south of you. Just a long ways south.
Oh yeah, well, it must be whacked, man, to live down there where there's no snow and doesn't get cold.
Wait, what'd you just say?
That must be whacked to live
Oh,
where it
I
doesn't
thought you
get
said
cold.
you must be black. I was like, oh my god, Bob.
No, I said whacked. It must be whacked to live there
Hey,
where
you're being
it doesn't
racist
get
on my
snow.
chat, damn it. I will ban
Damn
you.
it. See,
All of
there's there's everybody's always
I
trying
can't.
to
Sorry, I got
Bob
my
the
volume. I got
racist,
my.
and I'm not,
I'm
It's just that's a
multitasking,
secret
so of
hope.
course Bob just always sounds racist when you're multitasking. You know?
Multitasking, more like multi-racisting. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just asked, it must be whack because you live where it's warm.
Alright, you don't have to keep explaining yourself. I heard you a
Well,
second time.
I'm just
Bob said
explaining.
you must be whack
um,
because you
yeah.
must be black because he's a racist.
Well, I don't really care what color anyone is. I mean, I'm old. I'm pretty much colorblind anyway.
I prefer they not be green or red.
Well, certain
racist.
parts of women I don't want to be all green. No.
Or
Were we
green
talking
and
about
red.
that? Yeah, green. I don't want green anywhere. Nope. Well, unless it's like St. Patrick's Day, and then yeah, you can wear a hat and maybe underwear or something. But
No, I was specifically hating on the Irish.
and you know what?
Just kidding.
Oh.
So many people hate on the Irish, and there's really no reason other than the fact that they're cheap.
I'm over here in their potato boats taking all the jobs.
Did you say there's no reason to hate on them except for they're all cheap?
Well, they're cheap, and they, take the jobs, and they
like potatoes.
You're just calling them all
Hey,
cheap.
Bob, it's
A lot
not
of them are
Bob.
thinkers,
It's not
right?
1880 anymore, dude.
Oh, who's the newest race that we want to denigrate as? They must. Oh, it's probably East Indians or.
Well, no, it's regular Native American Indians because they stole all our beads.
Oh, the American Indians. Yeah, I know. They took back some of their land and made casinos.
You know what? I would trade Brooklyn
I'm more
back.
worried about the
Rotten
blanket than beads.
bastards.
Let's be real.
They can have the Dakotas, man. It's all them.
They can have.
I would
They can
love
have
to
it.
live there. I love the prairies.
Yeah, I'm with Cork. Let's give them back Manhattan. I'll take those 20 or something.
Can you
I'll give it
imagine
back
how
to them only
everybody
if
in New
knows.
York
can have it
has to pay rent to a native nation?
Yeah, they'd have to pay rent in beads.
Yeah, they'll
No.
make one World Trade Center a giant casino.
They can have. They
I
can
know
have.
you do.
They
Can
can have
be
Manhattan
lit.
back only if they promise to bury Bloomberg up to his neck in like a desert with some ant.
Right next to a big old anthill.
Yeah, there you go.
Fire
Yeah,
ants.
I like that.
Well, you know what? I mean, in a lot of cases, they might be willing to do it. Native Americans believe in freedom of owning guns. freedom of being able to defend yourself.
I like
Just
how you
not
just categorize
individual
all
ownership of land.
Americans in the same group.
Aboriginals.
You know what? Because we all are the same. It doesn't matter. If you've been here for more than, say, 10 years, you're pretty much part of that country. You know, people who have been here for like hundreds and hundreds of years, or like whose families have been, they're the soul of the country. They belong there. It doesn't matter what color you are, what creed you are, what religion, you just are part of that country now.
Wish I had some background music, some like really patriotic background music to play while Bob's saying that.
God save the
That was
Queen.
I should do a video like that.
Please don't.
Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada.
No, it would be okay.
It'll have the Canadian flag
It'll be
waving
my
in the
version
background with that majestic
I'm
maple
Canadian.
leaf just blowing in the wind.
Yeah, it'd be my version of I'm Canadian. You ever see that commercial? I am Canadian.
No, because
Bob, you're the
we're
only one who
American.
lives in Canada.
Oh gosh, I gotta find that commercial. You guys would just love it.
Only thing I know about Canada is what I learned from watching Trailer Park Boys and Slapshot. So
I don't know a lot about Canada.
You know what? A lot of that's true. Like,
Red
I mean, if you get in
green.
a fight with
and
me,
strange and
if you get in a
strange
fight with
brews.
me, I'm quite likely to pull your
You
shirt over,
forgot red green.
like, pound you in the face with my knee.
Strange brew also.
He kicks.
I learned everything I needed to know about Canada from Red Green.
Oh yeah, red greens.
Yeah, red
Green
green.
classic.
I just take Bob as a representative of the country.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty close.
I mean, if you've seen Trailer Park Boys, it makes perfect fucking sense. I mean,
Yep.
just
You know, I tried watching
son of a-
Trailer Park Boys. I'm like, that reminds me too much of Bob.
I almost blew beer through
Dude.
my nose, you bastard.
the new season of Trailer Park Boys
Kill Bob! Kill Bob!
so fucking funny.
Oh, no, that
Netflix
would kill me. It'd probably sterilize my nose as well, but you know.
Too bad it didn't. Never mind. I almost went for that, and I just let it drop.
Yeah.
So who wants
I'm
to
a little.
dual wielding the Browning and the Blackhawk?
Nobody, dude. Nobody.
Oh man, that's gonna be badass.
I don't want to see it, but I did get an invite from.
It must be weird to be a Canadian and own 2 handguns for the first time in your life. It must be like Christmas every day.
You know what's really weird is, like, when I went to visit my brother, and he showed me he's got a whole great big wall safe like Yankee has, full of snubby-barreled handguns and really weird little German automatics. And,
Snubby-barreled handguns.
well, you know, as a thing is, like, as me as a normal guy, I can't get a handgun with a barrel barrel less than 4.58 of an inch.
How does that? Why do they do that?
I have no idea. Nobody else does. That was just one of the.
Why isn't it put it
It
in
was
wait.
a guy took an Mini
don't know
14
why
into
they
a
don't-
school, shot a bunch of women, and so they came up with a law that outlawed AK-47s, which weren't used. It was the Mini 14. Nope, didn't outlaw that. Outlawed AK-47s and any handgun with a barrel, even though the guy hadn't used handgun, with a barrel less than 4 5/8 of an inch, because it'd be concealable.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because it's concealable. If anything, it makes more. No. If anything, it makes more sense to try and ban small, easily concealed handguns than it does to ban rifles with pistol grips and collapsible stocks and 30-round
Not
magazines.
at all, but
Well, the thing is, this guy's gun didn't.
Well, I mean,
have,
none of it makes any sense, but I mean, more
Yeah.
crimes are committed with small handguns than are committed by semi-automatic rifles.
And why haven't hunting rifles been outlawed? Because it wasn't like the last time somebody killed a bunch of police was a hunting rifle.
Yeah, basically, I mean, that would make even more sense.
Yeah.
Well, no, more crimes are committed with small handguns than hunting rifles.
so why does your brother hurry up and get stuff squared away so he can donate his stuff to a museum before he kicks the bucket?
I'm actually going to talk to him about it because he is like, Well, the thing is, my brother is like 67, and he tried to retire, but his boss just keeps paying him, and he just has to keep going to work.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
His boss
no,
keeps paying him, and he doesn't have to go to
anyway,
work.
'cause his boss keeps paying him, and him and his boss are buddies. His boss is like 5 years older than him, so his boss is like 70, and they're out there wiring airports and doing all this kind of fucking crap. It just makes me laugh, eh?
It's easy to fool a Canadian, so you can just trick them into doing anything.
Well, no, it's just he says he feels guilty if he doesn't go when Warren says, "Can you come help me with this?" He feels guilty if he doesn't do it, being that Warren keeps paying him a salary. Now, most of the time, his salary, he goes and helps Warren, build, cars and shit like that in the garage, right? You've seen some of the pictures I put up in my avatars. Is he's got Cobras, he's got GT40s, modern ones.
Oh, the Canadian government's after Bob.
A Merlin fucking aircraft engine, all rebuilt in a crate sitting in the corner. He's got a helicopter turbine he's going to put in a pickup truck.
You sound jealous.
I am. I'm very, very fucking jealous. I'm thinking that turbine will work so good in my Torino, right? My Ranchero. That would be so fucking badass.
Like a
900 horsepower. I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah.
It's like the sequel Gran Torino 2, but the main character is not a badass at all. It's just Bob on his porch drinking, screaming at
Bob
Asian people,
saying racist things.
Hey, we could have Chris next door.
Oh God.
Oh man, that would be perfect. Yeah, I'm thinking that. I could just park my fifth wheel in front of Chris's house.
What did I just do?
As long as I moved it every
I
so
could
often.
see somebody being deported rather quickly.
That would be a lot like Gran Torino, because somebody would come out on their front porch with their rifle and say, "Get off my lawn."
Christopher, I'm glad you got that.
No, seriously, I actually would never show up at Chris's place because I'm pretty sure he'd shoot me. I'm just gonna go to the gun range that that was recommended to me and park my camper there, go shoot every day, and I'll text people and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be shooting out here. It's me," blah blah blah. And if they show up, that's great. If they don't, that's fine.
I can see it
I'm not gonna show up at Chris's place.
Sniper position.
Shooting once again.
Yeah, I would feel way safer showing up at Huck's place unannounced than I would at Chris's.
Huck would just cut your head off.
Yeah.
Well, no, Huck will probably be away from working. It'll just be like, hey.
Startle Huck, he pulls out his gun and shoots.
Well, no, Huck wouldn't do that, though. Huck would go,
Pretty open to visitors.
And I'd go, hey, it's me, man. Oh.
Check out
then
this.
we'd have beers, because I'd bring
this
a
deal
bunch
that
of beers.
Not so much.
Check out this deal that Talon linked in the
Bring a bunch of nice Canadian beer.
chat.
Nice.
That OD green.
Yeah.
Deal on. Oh, that's so nice.
That's cheap too.
Free shipping. That's awesome.
What is it?
It's back ordered, but you can still get it.
Wonder why.
You have been selected to take.
Oh, God, I hate that.
You have been selected to take a survey.
Yeah, I know. I keep getting that thing keeps popping up on me. It's like, I gotta.
You have been giving malware.
I know. I've got malware, and this computer for some reason doesn't like to get rid of it.
Yeah. I actually got an invite from a YouTuber to go to a private range up in north part of Brown County.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I have steel I can shoot. I can actually shoot steel.
You can shoot steel. Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
It sounds like the beginning of some horror movie where you get hunted in the woods by like a group of adolescent. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a member of the Nicolay Gun Club. So
it'd be a really short movie if it was Quark getting hunted in the woods.
Just look.
Yeah,
I figured he'd make it about 20, 30 feet into the bush and probably collapse.
Aww.
20 or 30 feet.
Look at how wide he is.
Way too much credit.
He's got to push that big, giant, wide body through bush. Oh.
Jesus, Bob.
Bob, you're giving me way too much credit. 20 or 30 feet. It's more like 2 or 3 feet.
Bob, you're kind of gross.
I'm kind of just being nasty.
Talking about pushing a big wide body through bush like that. Sicko.
Nah, the guy's a cool guy. I've been chatting with him on and off for over a year. He always watches the chat, so.
I got that one. Pushing the big, wide body through the bush.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What did I just walk into?
You didn't
Bob
walk
being
into
disgusting.
anything. Just turn around and walk out.
Disgusting. I was just saying that, you know.
I thought this was a gun chat.
Run for the bush, he wouldn't make it more than 20 or 30 yards. And then Quark said, no, more like 2 or 3 feet. And then somebody else said something about Quark pushing through the heavy bush. And
You said it, Bob. Don't act like somebody else said it.
Dude, early onset Alzheimer's.
I had nothing to do with that. I was just
Early
saying,
onset? That's like late
really,
onset.
seriously. I was just saying Quark wouldn't make it very far through the bush.
But he didn't realize it was his own voice talking, so. It's like, who's that talking? It's you, Bob.
I always blame Bob. Poor old Canadians. I was getting blamed for everything. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a
Because
mascot.
You did it, Bob. Gee.
I didn't do it though. I didn't do anything. You guys
Why
are
are
just.
people blaming me for things I did? That's not fair.
Yeah, Bob's
I just wanna
just
sit
jealous.
here and
I'm
be
6'4" and he's like 5'8".
What? Yeah, I'm 5'8". Big deal.
And I said, you're jealous because I'm 6'4".
They make him smaller in Canada.
Oh no, I mean I'm actually small for my family, but yeah. Well, actually, I'm the biggest one of the kids, but my dad
Beer
was.
stunts growth.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the beer. Like I say, I'm the biggest one. My brother's 5'5". I mean, he's nasty and scares people though. He's like, he almost looks like Charles Manson, except without the Nazi thing on his.
He sounds like a dick.
He kind of is.
Always
sometimes,
nasty and
but-
scared people.
Yeah, he kind of.
That's why he wears a purple robe. That cone goes up pretty
I
high.
used to live with a guy who we did a lot of training and stuff, and he used to scare me in the house a lot. I was never pleased by that. He'd jump out and throw rubber ninja stars at me or attack me with a training knife or something. And that's one thing I don't look for in people is scaring me.
Are you sure you weren't Inspector Clouseau at that time?
Damn it, Bob, I just made that joke.
What? I did it first.
No, that's...
I didn't hear either one of you because everyone was always talking over each other. So what was it?
I said, are you sure you're not Inspector Clouseau? Like, somebody just jumping out from behind shit and attacking you with, like, knives?
Yeah, it happened all the time when we lived together. I was getting down with a girl one time, just about on the edge of where I would, lock the door and turn the music up, and he rolled a can, like a metal coffee can with like a string of Black Cat fireworks in there, and like let it loose in my room. I mean, in retrospect, that one was really funny, but like when it was happening, I was not happy about it at all.
That's pretty funny.
Well, that ruined your night.
Yeah.
No, we still did it, but I mean, it took another 45 minutes to get back in the mood.
Yeah, that's
Calm the heart
probably
rate
a little
down.
bit off your game at that point.
Yeah, like
As was
half
she.
naked with my tack vest halfway on and my shotgun like half strung over my neck and halfway on the sling.
And the girl looking all like doe-eyed. Save me, protect me.
No,
I'm
she
a woman.
flipped the mattress up and used it as a concealment when she, so she could defend the room. Not really, but that'd be the response I'd hope for.
Yeah. Instead of cowering under the sheet thinking, they'll protect me.
Usually they push me off the
Thin
bed and
layer
grab
of
my gun off
cotton.
the nightstand.
Oh,
I was
hell
gonna
no.
say,
Women,
she had the-
women are mercenary, right? Okay. Go see what that bear's doing and chase it away. Okay.
Well, Bob, your problem is you slather yourself with honey when you do it.
What?
The only way to fight a bear.
Yep. You gotta make it a fair fight.
First thing you do with the bear is you, fucking run away, mostly. Well, no, you don't run, but yeah.
Good way to psych somebody out before a fist fight is to start sharpening your fingernails.
Mm-hmm. It's also good is, just before a fist fight, you start, checking your gun.
Take a file to your teeth and start sharpening your teeth.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? That hurts though.
You just start undoing your belt. You start pulling down your pants. You start sharpening your teeth and filing your fingernails.
Time for a butt hug.
Yeah. Yeah. Pull your junk out, wrap a condom on it, leave it hanging out, and going, oh yeah, baby, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh,
Just
so go
looking at him going, look.
berserker style.
That's a little more overt, but yeah.
Well,
There-
you know,
whatever
Me, I
works.
just grab the
personally,
big,
I just
well,
avoid
start
them.
lathering it on, like, come and get it.
Yeah, in real life, I flee.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? And I was taught that in jiu-jitsu. You flee with your head up. Because as long as you're not trapped, there's no reason for you to kill those people.
See,
Because
I don't believe
if they
in
do
a
trap
duty
you,
to
you
retreat.
will kill them.
I don't believe in having a duty to retreat.
No, it's just a tactically smart thing to do if you can.
Yeah, it really is, and that's what the jiu-jitsu thing was teaching. It was a tactically the smart way to do it. Now, if that person was threatening your family, someone else, anything like that, then you have a duty to attack.
I'm too fat to run.
Well, yeah, you probably couldn't run very far anyway.
2 or 3 feet.
I could still. I actually the other day I ran with the dog across the park because he saw a rabbit. So I let his leash out to its 20-foot length and I ran behind him as fast as I fucking could. It was maybe 5 feet and he was like dragging me. And he still was never going to catch that rabbit. I mean, even if he had been unhooked from the leash, he wouldn't have caught the rabbit. It was a jackrabbit, man. It was going like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, where's in the States they've got like jackrabbits the size of dogs?
Yeah, they're the size of something like a Cocker Spaniel.
No, there's actually, it's one of the northern states. The jackrabbits are so freaking big that's...
We have them here. They're
No, we have them here. They're just gigantic. I mean, I'm not shitting you. If sitting up to the top of their ears. Now you think of a rabbit sitting like a rabbit does. Top of their ears is probably above your knee.
Yeah, the ones out here are well above your waist. Their ears are about 1.5 feet long, about 4 or 5 inches wide.
Oh yes, the ours don't have that big ears.
They're well known for if a dog gets a hold of them and doesn't kill them, when he gets them in their mouth, they'll reach up under and gut them. Like they'll cut their whole insides out.
Oh yeah, they got their back paws. That's their weapon of defense, right? So if something grabs them, they'll spin around, and because their skin's so thin, it'll just tear the skin, and then they'll just like rake the animal in its gut or wherever, right?
Yep, and when they're running, they can easily do one hop without touching the ground. They're covering 15, 20 feet easily.
Yep.
3 feet off the ground, which is the impressive part. 2 feet off the ground, which is even more.
No, ours is the same way, but they don't have the big ears. I mean, ours ears on our jacks are maybe 6 inches because of the cold, right? So they've got a less ear means less heat loss.
Here's the thing. It's north. Yeah, here's the thing on the jackrabbits. It's North Dakota that's got a huge problem with them.
Yeah.
Size of small dogs. They're taking over parks and neighborhoods in Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh yeah, they'll kick the shit out of the cats.
Hey,
and
that
dogs.
link didn't work for me.
Oh, it should work.
Did for me. It's got a picture of Putin on it though. I think I'm way better looking than him.
Is not found.
Yeah, this
Really?
page has moved or does not exist.
Oh, hold on here a second.
It must be that he's on old time internet before the big solar flare that hit that we didn't notice. So now we're all back to the Stone Age. We just don't realize it.
Well, there's a video for you.
Of course, we'd still be talking, of course, you know. The really sucky part is all of a sudden in the middle of one of these it just went and all the electronics were gone in the world. Like,
Well, shit, I'd be able to go to bed if that were the case.
Oh yeah, everybody'd be able to go to bed. Might not wake up in the morning for some of us. Yeah, it sucked, man. But just imagine all those millions and millions of kids that don't have their iPhones anymore. It'd almost be worth it. I'm gonna shut up now.
I watched a video, so.
I didn't get to watch video. I was going to bring it up and watch it tomorrow. Well, guys, unless anybody's got any topics they haven't already beaten to death, I think I'm just going to shut this guy down. It's been running for fucking, who knows, 2 or 3 hours. Actually, let's find out. How long has this thing been going?
Oh, I know.
3:46.
Stone Guys asked that you had more people watching than he did.
Well, Edge just joined, so I definitely got to shut it down now.
What the fuck is Edge doing up at 12:30 on a work night?
Work night? Edge is homeless. He don't have a job.
Minding my fucking business, goddammit.
What the hell are you doing, man? You're awake?
Faded.
I had to bring some classes, chat. So.
See, he just wanted to end it because, you know, you were going to come in, but we told him not to. And I think there's more us than there is of him, even though he does control the chat. But you want to piss us stars off, eh?
Oh, man.
I was kind of
hungry, Joe.
That's why I'm laughing, man.
I'm kind of hungry, so I wanted to borrow one of them hot dogs with the back of Cork's neck.
Oh, yeah. You see those? Aren't those... Oh,
Edge,
God.
you're talking about pork hot dogs on the back of my neck. You've got, like, the plumper hot dogs on the back of your neck.
No, I said it first.
Edge has got pork roasts on the back of his neck.
Brisket.
Well, hey, yeah, mine would be real lean. I'd be like, yeah. If you had to eat me, you'd have to, well, you'd be drunk as hell the whole time. But
Yeah, I'm going to have to take a picture of the back of my neck just for Edge.
I'll bet you my meat would keep forever, though. You know, think about it. It's pretty much been pickled.
My newest creation.
Oh, that's kind of cool, man. Like, you actually got into doing that shit? That's kind of like knitting, isn't it?
It's man knitting.
Man knitting. Oh,
It's really, when you do it like this, it's like, well, this was not reversible, but it because the arc on the buckle, but I made that for Murphy. You can give it to him.
All right, shit it down there, Whittle.
when's mine coming, Edge?
See you later.
When is mine coming, Edge?